Good morning or good afternoon. How are you guys? Welcome to All Signs Tarot. Their true intentions with you. This is going to be about the person on your mind. As per usual, I am taking super chat questions. So if you want to get a live reading during this live specifically, you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book a super chat question there. If you book before 12:30 p.m. EST, then you'll be able to get 15% off your super chat question. Okay. If you want to book a full reading, you can always find me on my platform or my website, violettaalexis.com. Other than that, how are you guys doing? What's up, Codis Ellis? What's up, T Rose? What's up, Amanda? What's up, Sun Power? Of course, Mojo. It's really nice to see you guys. I hope that you have had what is today? Thursday, a great week so far. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I have a lot on my plate today. I am going to a poetry show tonight, which I'm really excited about. Me and my mom are going to go. It's an Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy thing. Literally so excited. I cannot freaking wait. I am just over the moon. I started writing a new story last night that has been super fun. I think I'm going to make it into a short story, but I really like the character, so I think I'm going to like continue to I don't know, like I'm going to make like sequels with this particular character just cuz I like her so much. And then I also discovered a new writer, not a new writer, but for me a new, okay, I discovered I'm going to say her name wrong. Joe Didion, I think is her name. She is so good. Oh my God. If you guys have not read her stuff, check her out. She is so good. She was born in like 1934. She's awesome. What's up, Jason? I'm doing great. Nice old Ed kicking off Halloween season. I saw it and I was like, wow, what a great concept. And like these people who do the Edgar Allan Poe speakeasies, they rehearse his poetry, but they like act it out and they make it all like, woo, whatever. And I was like, man, this is right up my freaking alley. So I'm really excited to go with my mom. And they do like tours like all over the US. So I thought that was really awesome. So without further ado, let's go ahead. I'm going to ask you guys, what sign would you like to do first? What sign would you guys like to do first? Complexity! Hi, honey. Aw, I love you. Thank you for being here. You've been my mod forever, just like chilling kind of behind the scenes. Ooh, wow, we got Pisces today. Okay. Looks like Amanda won. Oh, no problem. Have fun at the supermarket. Pick me up something real nice. Yeah. What's up, man? Sun power. Y'all got to be faster on the draw. Amanda cleaned y'all out. All right, so let's do it then. What's up, Julian? New here, just found this live randomly. Curious to see what you have to say. I'm a proud Sagittarius. You know what? I find that a lot of Sagittariuses are proud Sagittariuses. I know I say it all the time, and my subscribers are probably really tired of hearing it. But my best friend in the world that I have a matching tattoo with is a Sagittarius stellium. My mom is a Sagittarius stellium, and my daughter is a Sagittarius as well. So super fun for me. What's up, Lisa? It's really nice to see you. Lisa, thank you for all your positive commentary on all my videos. It really means the world to me. What's up, Queen Aries? DP. All right, let's do it. So we're starting out with Pisces. All right. So we're doing energy, feelings, intentions, and advice. All right. Oh my God. By the way, look how fucking cute these are. Look, I want to show you the size comparison. I'm just in love. Like, look how cute. And then I got these ones too. I got a mini version of the Light Seers Tarot. I think this is my new thing. I think I'm going to be that tarot reader that's like the mini deck connoisseur. Okay. And that's just where we're going with that. So, come on, Cassie. Oh my God. There's some people in here I feel like I haven't seen forever. All right. Let's go ahead and do Pisces. What's going on, Pisces? I hope that you guys are doing well. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the person on your mind, their energy towards you, their feelings for you, their intentions towards you, and then advice for you, of course. So show me Pisces. Show me the person that's on Pisces' mind. Show me the person that's on Pisces' mind. Show me their energy towards Pisces. The Empress reverse. This looks like a feminine. Okay, so I'm sorry if you're a feminine Pisces, this may be reversed. Tell me more about the Empress reverse. The Four of Pentacles. Ooh. I gotta be honest, it's gonna be very straightforward, but I feel like they believe that they feel like you don't really make them feel good. Like you don't make them feel good about themselves. And there's this point where they may be starting to realize that they feel as though they have to prove themselves to you in some way, or that they need to over love or over give in order for you to accept them. But I feel like they're holding that back now because I do feel like there's a realization. I think this person is not only trying to do right by you, whatever that looks like, but they're also trying to do right by them because it's a feeling of drain. The Empress reverse, she doesn't realize how much she drains herself. And sometimes she doesn't realize why she's doing it. And a lot of the times, why the Empress reverse drains herself is because she feels empty inside, or she feels like she's not good enough. Okay. Or there's some kind of insecurity that makes her feel like, some people, they just feel like they have to overgive because someone in their lives made them feel like just showing up wasn't good enough, or just being themselves wasn't good enough. I feel like this is how they're feeling. I do want to clarify that justice, though. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Look at all these pages. Holy crap. The Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. Wow, that is crazy. This person seems to be having a new outlook on life, in my opinion. And I think that they're feeling like right now the best thing is either for them to walk away because that's what they feel like is right for them, for you, the relationship or the dynamic as a whole. And I'm not saying they won't circle back, but this may just be a sense of them needing some separation or some alone time to try to figure out who they are, or why they feel this way about themselves, or even why, in some cases, why they've allowed you to make them feel this way. And so I think they're focused on new. I feel like they have this kind of fresh set of eyes a little bit, because that Wheel of Fortune is behind all those pages. And so there's this energy of just kind of letting go instead of attempting to force something, which in my opinion is healthy, at least from what I'm seeing. So what is this person's feelings for Pisces? What is this person's feelings for Pisces? What is this person's feelings for Pisces? The Ace of Wands reverse. I feel like they're getting the ick or something. The Hierophant. Okay. The Knight of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands reversed? The Seven of Wands reverse. There's a lot of drama and inner conflict that they've likely had for a while that has created more insecurities or more sleepless nights or more anxiousness. And I think here, like, don't get me wrong, maybe this person is committed to you. Maybe this is a marriage, maybe this is a relationship, or maybe this person just feels like you guys do have some level of foundation, but there's also this kind of flirty, fun, not so serious energy that they have towards you as well. But this Ace of Wands reverse, it's like they're not really motivated towards taking action or trying to develop something at a higher level. And I feel like it's because they're at this point where they feel defenseless, or they feel like they're being put in a competitive situation that they just don't really want to be in. And they may feel like there's some kind of, like, with where they want this connection to go, like where they see it going, the possibilities of it, all of that, they may feel like there's a delay because of some level of over defensiveness or intimidation or competitiveness within the relationship or in the connection. So they may be feeling like, well, clearly I can't take this too seriously, or maybe I just need to be more lighthearted about it. But at the same time, I feel like that's inauthentic to them. Because they're definitely in this energy of feeling like things aren't really getting off of the ground because of that Seven of Wands reverse. But they still feel like you guys have a lot of similar, maybe, values, morals, spiritual, religious beliefs, or they feel like there's possibilities on where this could go, or even potential, but they're drained. What is this person's intentions with Pisces? What is this person's intention with Pisces? The Eight of Pentacles. I heard it's not going to be easy. The Eight of Swords. 2 8s, huh? Wow. Saturn. Four of Cups. In my opinion, with the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Four of Cups, I think this person is pretty disappointed. And I think they're kind of at this point where they're not really sure if it would be worth it to even put in energy. I think they're likely pretty stuck in their head. They just feel like something's got to give, or it's got to get better than this, or it's just not going to. And so I think in their intuition, like, their intuition is likely telling them that it's probably smart to either end this like in a peaceful way, or at least walk away for now, or close things out so they can have some kind of peace of mind and figure out what they want, or if this really is worth it and worth their energy, because I don't feel like they have a lot these days, at least not in regards to this connection. Why is the Eight of Swords there? The Two of Pentacles. They're weighing the pros and cons of the situation. They're not really sure what to do. Look, look, look. Two of Wands reverse, the Ten of Pentacles reverse, the Ten of Cups reverse. They don't feel supported. They don't really feel supported. They may feel like they're doing all of the supporting. And so they're kind of like, okay, well, this is great. They're just kind of at that point. So it's like, I think that they want to work on things, but they feel like that would take up so much of their energy and time, and they would have to, like, I don't know, maybe not spend as much time with friends or family or whatever, because this connection would take so much work. And so they're like, oh God, is it even, like, is it worth it to do that? But at the same time, I don't really want to lose Pisces, but at the same time, like, whose loss would it really be? You know, it's kind of that energy. So we have emotions are running high and earth. So I feel like something may get out of hand, or your emotions may really erupt in some kind of way that could end up landing you in the hot seat a little bit. So I want to say in regards to that, be a little cautious. I mean, Mars is transiting through Libra right now, not its favorite place to be. And Mars is how we channel our anger. It's how we fight. It's how we deal with conflict. And so having Mars and Libra during this time is not the best for those things. And so I feel like this is telling you to try to maybe work on some grounding exercises, try to ground your emotions, ground yourself. Think about not just what you're saying, but how you're saying it. Okay. Because sometimes it's like, I've done that where I've gotten in a lot of fights with like people, and they're like, it's not really what you're saying, it's like how you're saying it that's pissing me off, right? And I tend to have that problem, right? So try to find another way to say something. Okay. So Pisces, that is what I have for you. For some of you, this was reversed. So I appreciate you watching. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis, and you can book there. If you book within the next 10 minutes, you can get 15% off your question. Thanks a lot, Pisces, and take care. What's up, Libra? What's up, Enigma? Okay. What's up, Dreamcatcher? What's up, Michelle? What's up, Lay? Hi, honey. You know what, Amanda? And that's sometimes all you can do is just wish the best for people. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to Aries. All right. Oh, it's nice to see you in here, Lay. What's up, ASG? Missed your face, Carmen. At least I think you're talking to me. This old mug. I was thinking about you yesterday. I was thinking about texting you. I thought of something funny from a long time ago, and I was going to text you about it. It was like, it was some kind of inside joke or something that we had, but I don't remember what it was now. All right, Aries. Aries, let's go ahead and take a look at your person, their energy towards you, their feelings, their intentions, and then we'll pull some advice, okay? So, show me the person that Aries has on their mind. Show me the person that Aries has on their mind. Thanks a lot, Dreamcatcher. I appreciate that. Show me the person that Aries has on their mind. Show me their energy towards Aries. Show me their energy towards Aries. Ooh, damn. Excuse me. The Lovers. Okay. Wow. Okay. The Magician reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. Tell me about that Magician reversed. Why is it reversed? Seven of Swords. Why is the Page of Pentacles reversed? King of Swords reversed. Wow. This reminds me of have you ever seen the show Fleabag? Great show, by the way. So well written, honestly. The person who wrote it is a Cancer. I don't know if that's any significance to you. But in this scene, she kind of like this girl, she kind of like sleeps around a lot, and I can tell that it's just a way of avoiding true intimacy, right? It's like we want intimacy without the connection sometimes. And it's because we fear true closeness. We fear being seen, even though it's the number one thing that we really want. Is we all want to be seen. We all want to be loved for exactly who we are in that moment with no judgments. And so people that fear that, even though it's something that they want, tend to, you know, hop around, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a defense mechanism, and that's what she was kind of doing. And then there's this one guy that she meets that really sees her, right? And she has this guinea pig, and everybody hates the guinea pig, but the guy meets the guinea pig, and he's like loving on it, and he's like, oh, it's so cute, right? And she just like, whatever. Right? But in that moment, she realized what was happening, and she pushed him away. She realized that she was actually in love with this person, and she was like, I just want you to leave. Yep, just want you to leave. And a lot of it came from self-doubt. A lot of it came from her past and things like this. And I think this person is perhaps in that same mind frame that woman was in that show. Because the lovers is when you feel so deeply connected to somebody. It's not like the Two of Cups, it's not like the Three of Cups. It's not, oh, no, the lovers is something that is incredibly rare, and you don't get it very often. And a lot of the times when people experience that kind of feeling towards a person, especially if they're not healed or they're not mature enough yet to quite receive it in the way that they would usually like, they'll push away. And this is kind of what this is making me feel like. It's almost like there's something inside of this person that they want to avoid themselves, but they may feel like you'll see that. You'll see the thing that they hate about themselves. You'll see the thing that they don't like about themselves. And then once you see it, they may feel like you'll judge them, or now they're being judged twice, right? Themselves and you. And I think that this person tries to tell themselves stories like they're bored with you, or, this is going to go nowhere anyway, or whatever it is. And there may be some manipulations at play, but I don't feel like it's just manipulative towards you. I feel like it's also towards them and what they want. So show me Aries person's feelings towards Aries. Show me Aries person's feelings towards Aries. Told you. Nine of Pentacles reversed. It's that feeling of not feeling good enough. Showing up in a way that is not necessarily authentic to you because you don't feel good enough, or you feel like you must prove something. Temperance reversed. We have Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius. Oh my God, don't laugh at me, okay? But I'm getting the image of Rose and Jack on the Titanic. when they're at the like nose of the boat or whatever you call it, and he's like holding onto her waist and they like put their arms out like don't laugh, okay? But it's like that energy, right, of feeling free, finally feeling free in love, where maybe previous love has contained you in some way. And I feel like that's what you make them feel. But at the same time they're still holding on to this feeling that they must prove something. And they're like they feel like they need to overdo it in some way, maybe to impress you. Or why do they feel like they need to do this? The King of Pentacles, they may not have a lot of money, or they may feel like they have to show you that they're really stable, and they, so maybe they overspend, or I don't know, like they want to prove something about their stability or commitment, but it's like they feel like they have to give more than they actually have, or they have to pretend like they have more than they actually do in order to impress you. But they want to let that go. And there's something about you that may make them feel like that, like they can let go of that, or they can let go of those insecurities. They feel like they can leave that, I don't know, I guess fakeness behind, because they may feel like they don't have to pretend with you. What's this person's intent with Aries? What is this person's intent with Aries? The Empress reversed. The Strength reversed. I feel like they may fall into an old pattern. The Nine of Cups. I feel like they're going to fall back into old relationship patterns. And I feel like it's a lot to do with how do I explain? Like, don't get me wrong, I think that they want the wish fulfillment with you. And I think that they already know that you provide a big part of that in regards to what they want. But there's something here where they're feeling like they need to make it all about them, or focus solely on themselves and allow you to give. So that way, if it doesn't work out, they feel like they didn't lose anything. And I feel like this is something they've likely done in relationships before, because they're allowing their ego to kind of win. And in my opinion, a lot of the times ego is just insecurity that hasn't been dealt with. A win-win outcome is forecast. That's good. And cardinal. I feel like you're going to have to initiate. I think that something can work here, or you guys can have peace or a truce, or you guys can come to an understanding, but I feel like you're going to have to do the initiating, because this person almost feels passive and quite avoidant. So, and now you have to ask yourself, Aries, right? Is that something that you want? Is that something that you actually want? So, Aries, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis, and you can book with me there. If you want a full reading, you can visit my website at violettaalexis.com. All of that information is in the description box below. What's up, Lori? Okay. There we go. Now we're going to move on to Taurus. Give me just 1 second, you guys. I really have to turn on the AC. I'm like freaking dying over here. So give me just 1 second, okay? I am absolutely deceased. I like, my cat is sleeping on my bed and I tried to open the door quietly, right? And then she like looked up like, don't you see I'm fucking sleeping? You know, she gave me this look like she pays fucking bills, bitch. Then I came back in and she just looks absolutely flabbergasted that I would even dare enter my bedroom again and make all that damn noise. She's got like half of her hair is like pressed against her face like that. She's just been napping. She's such a vibe. Anyway, freaking Siamese. What's up, Jenna? Oh, that's what's up, Jenna. Thank you so much for being here. Is it Gina? I'm so sorry. The meowdacity. Listen, she's so funny. You're welcome, Shannon, of course. All right, guys. Oh, oh, hey, Kismet. Let me light a little bit of Palo Santo real quick. You're, ma'am. Listen. All right, so let's do Taurus. What's going on, Taurus? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at your person. We're going to see their energy towards you. Then we're going to see their feelings, their intentions towards you. And then we're going to take a look at your advice. Show me Taurus's person. Show me Taurus's person. Show me Taurus's person, please, and their energy towards Taurus. Show me this person's energy towards Taurus, please. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. I don't hate it, but let's see. Tell me more about this person's energy towards Taurus. What energy do they have for Taurus? 10 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. There might have been a breakup here. The Tower. Tell me more about that Tower. The Judgment. Wow. Okay. Ooh. You make this person uncomfortable. You really make this person uncomfortable. And the funny thing is that they're fully invested in the plot. Like, they're here for it, right? But are they? Because I think with the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles is great, right? The 7 of Pentacles is when we're investing and invested in something. But the 7 of Pentacles is where we might be getting a little impatient because we may want something to pay off here. and we're like, why isn't it paying off yet? Or something to that degree. Why am I not getting what I want? I'm going to see what it is that they want. But that 10 of Pentacles reverse is them feeling like I keep investing, and we're not established yet, or we haven't sealed the deal, or we're not really building a future for ourselves, or something has failed. And this Tower is where they're feeling like something has to crumble and be rebuilt, and they're awakening to that. There's something that they're reckoning with around change, and something that's needing to change, and they're allowing change to occur. And that's because they're taking accountability for the change that they may need to participate in. And they also may be realizing a change within you that needs to occur. And the tower the tower is Mars, right? So Mars rules Scorpio and Aries. And if you know anything about Aries and Scorpio, it's not the most comfortable sign or comfortable signs. So it can feel very volatile. And I think that this person is maybe, what is the what are they actually doing with that tower? Like, what is that actual action? The 9 of Pentacles reversed. They don't want to have to prove something anymore. This may be reversed for some of you. They don't want to have to prove something anymore. They're at this point where they're like, I'm here. I don't feel like I have to overgive or prove shit to you anymore. I think this person is taking responsibility, or taking responsibility for their part in this, and why it's not where they maybe want it to be, but they're still invested in it. That's the thing. But they're willing to let something crumble from where it has been, because where it has been is not working. And there's something I feel that they lack faith in, which is kind of keeping them on the fence a little bit. It's making them feel like they can't really make plans, or they're not really super future focused, because they may not even know if you'll be in their future. They love you though, that's there. But it's like, for the 10 of Cups to be in the upright is great, right? It's emotional fulfillment. It's a lot of emotional support. It's healthy. But the 10 of Pentacles is reverse. Well, what is the difference, right? The 10 of Cups is more about emotions and I guess stabilized emotions, and emotional support, some kind of emotional relationship that is already established. The 10 of Pentacles is where we do the house and the car, and we focus on how we're going to build our legacy. And it's not just emotional, although that can be a part of it. But they feel like something isn't truly stabilized, like something isn't really rooted or grounded in reality. It's just kind of like, and they're like, well, I feel like I've proven enough here. But they seem to be, this is like a huge wake-up call that this person is having. For some of you, if you're separated from them, I do think that they may surprise you. There may be a reconciliation, but it's not going to show up in the way that maybe it has before, if this is a past person. Because they're willing to burn it all to the ground, to kind of have a new foundation, I guess you could say. What is this person's feelings for Taurus? The Knight of Wands reversed. The King of Cups. The Seven of Cups reversed. What's that Seven of Cups reversed? The World reversed. They're very well aware that you two have unfinished business. And I do think that they have a lot of maybe regrets, or there's some sadness here. it's like they're invested, but nothing substantial is really built. Like there's no, I don't want to say there's none, but there's no uh proof in the pudding or something like that. I think they are in love with you, but that Knight of Wands reversed, the King of Cups, the Seven of Cups reversed, being clarified by the World reversed. They're being also being very realistic that there are some things that are incomplete between the two of you. Like there's some kind of unfinished business between the two of you that has to obviously do with the past, regrets, sadness, things that they're very focused on. Tell me about that Knight of Wands reversed. Why is it reversed? The Knight of Pentacles. Once again, there's something about a lack of stabilization when it comes to the connection. Like there's love and there's we and maybe the sex is good, or whatever it is, but when it comes to an actual like foundation, it seems like it's lacking. I don't think there's a lack of love or a lack of feelings with that King of Cups. I think that there's a lack of stability or foundation. Like long-term growth that you can build on. I do feel like they choose you though. With that Seven of Cups reverse, they may have had options before, okay, and this may be somebody who feels like you're the choice, even though there's some bad blood or maybe there's some history there. But it can also just be a reality check moment that like, okay, yes, I do love Taurus. Yes, I'm in love with Taurus, but this lacks direction. I feel like there needs to be this hard-earned effort that has to be put in order to build something that is long-standing. So show me this person's intent with Taurus. Show me this person's intent with Taurus. We have Scorpio, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius. Wow, Queen of Cups. That fell out all by itself. So you have the King and the Queen of Cups. Love that. Tell me more. Five of Wands. Okay, well, it almost feels they want, they're trying to get through to you. I think that they want love. I think their intent truly is love. I mean, you have the King and the Queen here. This is also Cancer, and they're both in the upright. So the intent is to love and be loved. That is the intent. But I do think that this person may get in their ego sometimes with that Five of Wands and the Strength reversed, or maybe it's that they're trying to, maybe they feel like you bring up a lot of conflict or you're not afraid to fight them or whatever it is. And so they may want to bring out some level of softness in you to stop that. But I feel like this person wants to work on things, but sometimes they may feel like they need to walk away and like be alone or have some rest and recuperation, or because I feel like there's something a little chaotic about this connection. Tell me about that Five of Wands. The King of Pentacles reversed. I told you there's a lack of stabilization in the connection. There's a lack of grounding. There's all the emotion in the world, all the love in the world. But if love was enough, a lot more people would be together. You know what I mean? So I feel like more groundwork needs to be laid. Conclusions are within reach for your advice and opposition. So something is going to come to a head. This says full moon eclipse. I think we're having a full moon eclipse on, is it September 7th? Somewhere around there, and it's a lunar eclipse in Pisces, so maybe this is around this time. But whatever the case, I feel like something is going to come to a head, but only after you guys are kind of like doing this. like not this. Okay, that looks weird, but like this. So I feel like you're on one side of things here, maybe with your opinions or your values or whatever, and they're on the other. And eventually it's going to get to a point where you guys are going to have to talk about it. So there's going to be a point of tension or some power struggle, but it's not really, the problem isn't the struggle itself. It's all about how you're going to deal with it, how you're going to handle the conflict. But I do feel like there will be a moment of clarity. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. Thanks a lot, Taurus. Have a good one and best of luck. Okay. Shall we move on to Gemini? What's up, Charlene? Really nice to see you. What's up, Infinite? No problem, Jason, of course. Butterfly, I don't know. I can't really control how the cards come out. They just come out how they come out. It's not a personal vendetta, I promise. Thank you, Shannon. I thought it was September 7th. All right. All right, let's do Gemini. What's going on, Gemini? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the person on your mind. And we will see their energy towards you, their feelings, their intentions, and then we'll pull advice. Okay. What's up, Gilos? I really hate this new thing that YouTube is doing where they're like using the username instead of the display name. Wait, Lori, who? What the fuck? Thanks, Infinite. I can't even. What is going on here? All right, let's see. Okay. Charlie. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like this new thing that they're doing. Thanks, Gilos. Alexis is my middle name. My first name is Violetta. You can just call me V if it's easier for you. What's up, Scott? Nice to see you. I'm so happy to have you here. All right. All right, Gemini, let's see. Let's see. Show me Gemini's person's energy towards Gemini. Show me Gemini's person's energy towards Gemini. Ace of Cups reverse. Okay. Six of Wands. This person may be in the public eye. What's that Seven of Cups? The Two of I just heard that song by Charlie Puth. You just want attention. You don't want my heart. I can't sing. Ace of Cups reversed, Six of Wands, Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles. I mean, let me get one on that. Ace of Cups reversed, Six of Swords reversed. Ooh, this energy is making me a little uncomfortable. Like emotionally. Like it kind of, I know I'm dramatic. I have my moon in my first house. Okay, give me a break. But I think that this person has dealt with a lot of emotional issues. I think that there's a lot of focus on the past and unresolved things that they have emotionally going on that I think somehow affect this connection. It could be specifically around validation or attention. Now there's nothing wrong with the Six of Wands, okay? But it's sandwiched between the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups reversed. And it makes me feel like this person has a confusion with attention versus true connection and what the difference is. And sometimes I think that they have a hard time differentiating that and what that means. I think that this person has likely been through a lot of draining situations. You know, some of them they may have consciously, partaken in or whatever, partook, whatever in. Other times it may have not been their fault at all, but I think this person kind of lives in this like fantasy land about what attention versus what love actually is. Because the Seven of Cups is where we can sometimes delude ourselves a little bit and where we can kind of live in this fantasy of our own making. And I feel like this is what this person, it's how they make their decisions and regarding this connection. And so I think that, yeah, this person may be in the public eye, but I think this person also, um, I think they need to learn how to differentiate between the two. And even if they're like giving it, like even if they're giving attention versus actually giving love and like what and how that affects others or something like that. And I think this person is likely, if I'm going to be honest with you, Gemini, and if you're like really attached to them, I know it may be hard to hear, but I think this person may have some other options, but they may confuse these options with people who are genuinely interested in them versus just attention because maybe they want something or because of whatever. This is what's really going on under the surface. The Nine of Swords, the Moon reverse, the King of Swords reverse. It's like somebody who is very fearful, maybe of true intimacy or true connection, or because there's like these two cards together are like is a very deep suppressed fear that they likely lie to themselves about around emotionality or around connection. But I definitely feel like it's coming from a very deeply wounded place in my opinion. What is this person's feelings for Gemini? I'm not gonna lie, when I was reading their energy, I started to like choke up a little bit just because felt so sad to me. It felt so sad. Show me this person's feelings for Gemini. Show me this person's feelings for Gemini. The Four of Cups. The Chariot. The Sun reversed. What's that Four of Cups reversed? The Two of Wands reversed. It's the do they like you or do they like the attention? Four of Cups, Chariot, Sun reverse, Two of Wands reverse, clarifying the Four of Cups reverse. It's like the Four of Cups is, yes, it can be like disappointing, or it can be like rejection or whatever, right? Blah blah blah. Okay, but the Four of Cups is also about a guy or girl that has three full cups in front of them and they're still not satisfied. Sometimes it can be like where we've had too much of something, but I don't feel like it's like that in this regard, especially considering their energy, because they keep indulging in like more options or more fantasies or whatever. And the Four of Cups can be where we have a lack of gratitude for what we already have because we're not taking care of what we have, or we're not, watering our grass. We're watering the other side of the fence and then bitching that our grass isn't green enough. We've all done that though, right? Like, let's be honest. And so I feel like this person wants to have a victory, but at what cost and why? The Sun reversed. It's more out of attention or ego. There's no real plan here. It's just they're more driven by ego. There's like a lack of clarity, even, I think, in what they want. So let's see their intent with you at least. Show me Gemini's person's intent. Show me Gemini's person's intent with Gemini. Show me their intent with Gemini. Maybe the intentions are good. Ten of Wands reversed. Queen of Swords reversed. We got to pop out here. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is like having the foot on the brakes and the gas pedal at the same time. Start, stop, something like that. Delayed communication. If you're this Queen of Swords in reverse, I think that they're probably not going to take a whole lot of responsibility for maybe how they're making you feel, or why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. I feel like they're just constantly repeating some type of cycle in their life, and I think it's because they have an attachment to the past that is still affecting them. Oops. So we have confidence is your key to success. And then we have Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius is incredibly confident. I feel like Leo gets all the credit for being confident, but I feel like Sagittarius is incredibly fucking confident. Almost audacious. Okay. And so I really think that there may be some kind of insecurity that you have that attaches yourself to this person. And maybe you also need to differentiate between what is attention and what is true interest. Okay. But I think that there's some things you're needing to work on around your own sense of self esteem and how you feel about you. And I think at this point, needing to maybe at least approach this in a more lighthearted way, because I think that insecurity with this person, like if the way that you feel about yourself is going to get yourself wrapped up in a wheel you're going to have a hard time unweaving yourself from. Do you know what I mean by that? I'm not saying this person is going to like prey on your insecurities, but insecurity is going to keep you in a loop that's going to feel hard to survive with this person. And so I feel like this is about you needing to have a new beginning, focused on the things that make you feel good, the things that make you feel more optimistic. I feel like you need to focus on being free, exploring life, and doing the things that are going to expand your confidence, not like your ego or whatever, like your actual true authentic confidence. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with that? So Gemini, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. Take it easy, Gemini, and I hope to see you again. Okay. Let's go ahead and what's up, Tolo? Let's go ahead and take a look at Cancer. What's up, Cancer? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see your person. We're going to see their energy towards you, their feelings, their intentions, and then we're going to pull some advice messages. Show me Cancer's person. Show me Cancer's person towards Cancer. Show me Cancer's person towards the Cancer. Last shuffle. Okay. Show me Cancer's person's energy towards the Cancer. Okay, Three of Pentacles. Some of you can work with this person. Not for all of you. Okay, it's just a general reading. The Sun. Oh, I love it. We have Leo energy. We have Mars and Capricorn. Okay. And the Page of Swords. It can be somebody new, maybe somebody online for some of you. We also have Aquarius. We have Scorpio. We have Gemini. Wow, this is really cute. This person is like on the same page with you. They're trying to work together with you towards some kind of common goal. What's the goal here? The Knight of Swords. I feel like this person is trying to maybe learn more about you, trying to take action towards you, but I feel like they're trying to figure out what your goal is or where you're trying to go, like in life, in the connection, whatever. And I feel like they're on the same page. I think that this is somebody who not only feels like they can teach you something, but they feel like they have something to learn. And I feel like they're very interested. It seems like you make this person very happy. You know, and I think that they want to kind of let you shine, or they just seem very interested, like very, very interested in just you and your thoughts and what you have to say and just learning about you. Swords reversed. It doesn't feel negative. It just feels like they're trying to fill in the blanks. Oh, wow. You're very healing for this person, I think. This is really pretty. I think that you're also like inspiring them to bring up some kind of like old dreams or goals from the past that maybe they put on the shelf or something like that. Or maybe they're awakening to a new goal that they have because of you. It just feels like really good camaraderie, friendship, love, interest, happiness. Tell me more about that sun. The Two of Swords. It feels like they're trying to open your eyes to something. To what? Making money, how to make money, how to be more independent, or how attractive you are. It's almost like there's such like a light-hearted, fun-loving, very fresh energy about this. It just feels good. Like it feels like they're trying to enlighten you on life. Like I said, I think there's like a student teacher dynamic here. Not that you guys actually are, I mean, maybe, but not that they're just trying to teach you something. They also feel like they have something to learn from you. Maybe it's just the way that you think or the way that you talk or the way that you interact. There can be like a project that you guys decide to work on together in some capacity. Like there could be a level of professionalism with this connection. Wow, how beautiful is this energy? Show me this person's feelings for Cancer. Page of Wands. I feel like this could be somebody new. It's not for all of you, obviously. Maybe it's just like a new, refreshing start on your already connection, you know? Tell me more about this person's feelings for Cancer. Okay, the Magician reversed. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Why is that Knight of Pentacles reversed? The Seven of Swords reversed. What's the Seven of Swords reversed? The Queen of Pentacles reversed. This person really cares about what you think. Does this person feel guilty about something? I don't think so. No, there's not guilt here. If this person has like made you feel insecure some way, or they didn't lay the groundwork that maybe they needed to in order to make this happen, there could be a level of guilt that they feel because they may believe that they have instilled some kind of insecurities within you. But putting that aside, it's like the Page of Wands, the Magician reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. I think this is someone who really has a fresh set of eyes when it comes to you. I think that they are trying to be lighthearted, inquisitive, curious. They're interested, but I think that they have a lot of self-doubt, or they may feel like some kind of manifestation that they had in regards to you, or some kind of intention that they had with you was like going really slow, or maybe they're afraid to present it to you because they're afraid of what you're going to think. And I feel like this person may have a lot of insecurities just around themselves or how they look, or maybe around their finances, or maybe even around not being good enough. because this person may feel like you're very attractive, very sexy. Um, there can be an age difference here with these pages and that emperor. But this person has very strong feelings for you. They really care about what you think. Like I think that this person wants your approval on things. For some of you, this is like something new. I don't know if there's like really a commitment yet. But if you're a masculine, I think this person feels like you're ahead of them in some way. And so they may want to pick your brain. If this person is a masculine, I feel like they're not exactly where they want to be yet, but they're trying to get there. What's this person's intent with Cancer? Ten of Swords reversed. The Temperance reversed. The Ace of Wands. I feel like you have a past thing with this person, like a past connection, or you guys have had it rough or something like that. Ten of Swords reverse, Temperance reverse. And then with that Ace of Wands, I feel like they're consumed by that past betrayal or around those past issues or whatever the case is. And so I feel like they just want to start brand new. I do think that this person thinks you're like, the creme de la creme kind of vibe, right? It's funny we saw the Empress and the Emperor there. But once again, there's something maybe a little unstable here, or we're needing to lay the groundwork, but sometimes this person may feel like they're fighting a losing battle. What's that Ten of Swords reversed about? The Knight of Wands. Someone may have not been taking it so seriously. They definitely want to like be intimate with you. Okay, but I feel what's that Temperance reverse? The King of Wands. Mm, this person can be quite frisky. Okay, this person may be a little frisky. They may put a lot of emphasis on like sex or like intimacy, you know what I mean? What's the new start here? The High Priestess. High Priestess is like the desirable woman. I feel like they believe that this connection has a lot more potential than what was previously discovered. Okay, now they may be trying to explore that, but they may feel like they have to start brand new. If this is not a past connection and this is something new, they may have gotten impatient with some kind of energy from the past that they were holding on to, and they may be trying to kind of let that go and start something new with you. Okay, that could be it as well. Your hard work is paying off. And then the South Node. What are you asking Cancer to release with that South Node? The Four of Wands reverse. Any kind of instability. You guys may be needing to move for some reason. This can be where you're needing to either go out more or open yourselves up a little bit more to connection or whatever it is. So maybe you've been staying inside the house too much. Maybe you have a lot of insecurities that's preventing you from, I don't know, asking this person out or whatever it is. So I feel like with this, your hard work is paying off. I feel like whatever you've been putting work into, especially if it's a relationship or just how you deal with relationships, how you relate to others, I do feel like it's going to pay off. But you also need to let go of this Four of Wands reverse, which can be insecurity that's stopping you from doing things, instability, needing to lay the groundwork in some way, or just trying to have a fucking good time. Okay. You might need to do a little bit more of that. Okay. So Cancer, that is what I have for you. I hope that you guys will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. If you want to book a full personal reading, then you can visit my website, ViolettaAlexis.com. All of the information is in the description box below. Thanks a lot, Cancer, and enjoy the rest of your week. Okay. All right, let's move on to Leo. Aw, thanks, Nick. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. It's a little tacky. It's very Vegas. Anyway, Leo, what's going on? I hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you guys so much for being here. Today, we're going to take a look at your person, their energy towards you, their feelings, their intentions, and then obviously I'm going to pull you an advice message. So let's see what we have here for Leo. Show me Leo's person. Show me Leo's person. Okay. All right. Show me Leo's person. What is Leo's person's energy towards Leo, please? Oh, Page of Swords. That's what Cancer got here. Okay. Thanks, Infinite. Okay. So for some of you, maybe this is new, but let's see. Tell me more about this person's energy towards Leo. Two of Swords. Cancer got that as well. Okay. Wow. Cancer got all of these cards. Okay. Could be a Gemini, definitely a strong Gemini energy. We also have Virgo here. We have Moon and Taurus. This person is going through a bit of a spiritual journey, in my opinion, especially with that Six of Pentacles and the Hermit. I feel like this person is either spending some money on themselves or spending some money on their healing, or they're being very generous with their own time to themselves, okay? So this person may be somebody who's kind of watching you from afar. They may be avoiding things. If this is somebody from the past, they could be spying on you, not in like a shady way or anything like that. I truly think that their intent is to eventually take action, because in the suits, right, in the court cards, it goes from page, knight, then king and queen, okay? And so you see that there's progress here with the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords. So I feel like this person doesn't just have an intent to spy on you and stalk you from afar with the binoculars, you know, in the bushes somewhere, you know, 10 feet away from your living room window or whatever, or just stalking you on your social media. I feel like their intent is to eventually take action, but right now they're kind of in the cut for some reason. This person can be going through a very kind of dark night of the soul journey or healing journey. And if this is somebody from the past, they may want to make a truce with you, or they may want to try to make peace with you. Why is that Two of Swords there? The Hermit. There's a lot of self-reflection. They're going through a healing journey of self-awareness, of understanding of oneself. I think that this is somebody who's doing the work. You know, there was a poem that I wrote on my Where Dead Flowers Bloom Instagram that really reminds me of this. And I know that nobody cares, but it really reminds me of this. If I can find it. Well, basically, I'm not going to do that to you, but basically it just talks about, I'm basically saying, I write here a lot. Sometimes I write in a journal in case these thoughts may poison you. And it's basically like saying, I only show certain things to you knowing that it won't hurt you. And I keep the stuff that may poison your thoughts or make you feel negative. I keep those in my personal journal. And I feel like that's where this person's mind is. Because I think that they're letting go of a lot of things in their life. Look, Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles reverse, and the Five of Cups reverse. They're letting go of a lot of regrets. They're doing a lot of healing and a lot of focus on the self. But they are going to talk to you. Tell me about this person's feelings for Leo. The High Priestess. Wow, okay. I do feel like there's an attraction, but once again, this is a very like quiet to themselves energy. I don't think that they're saying everything that they're thinking. I think this is somebody who's just doing the work. They're really putting in, and you know, you have to think that this is kind of like 12th house, and this is kind of like 6th house, because this is Sun in Virgo meets Pisces, and the natural ruler of the 12th house is Pisces, the natural ruler of the 6th house is Virgo, and this is on an axis. And so the 12th house is rest and recuperation and creativity, and the 6th house is like working on our habits, focusing on ourselves, right? So mental health, physical health, things like this. And I feel like this person is really trying to balance themselves. They're really trying to do the work that it takes. They may be focusing on meditation or maybe a writing project, or it seems like they don't want distractions, and I don't think they want to distract anybody as well. You know what I'm saying? This may be somebody that you've already been in a connection with. I don't think that they've let you go, but they may be a little conflicted because they may feel like this is too much for either you to handle or for them to handle. Tell me more about that Death reversed, the World reversed. You guys have some kind of unfinished business, but I feel like they're keeping some things to themselves. Tell me about that High Priestess. Their intuition is on point. I feel like they don't want to waste anybody's time. I certainly feel like they don't want to waste their own. And I also think that because the Seven of Pentacles reversed is clarifying the Seven of Pentacles reversed is clarifying the High Priestess. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. They know exactly what to do with their energy and where to put it. Like they're very, I feel this person is very intelligent. I think that they're very intuitive. This person could be into like fitness or health or tarot or the occult, or you know, maybe their intuition is just really good. But I feel like this is a very desirable like person. I feel like people desire this person. Show me this person's intention with Leo. Let's have Scorpio here, Pisces. What's this person's intent with Leo? The Nine of Pentacles. I really like this. I really like this person. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Whoops. Oh no. Whoa. Okay. Weird message. For some of you, this person is dealing with a miscarriage or dealing with the loss of a child. Okay. Putting that out there or something like that. Okay. For very, very few of you. Sorry. I heard it in my head, so I had to say it. Besides that, I think that right now it feels like they may be focusing a lot on themselves. It doesn't mean that they're not open to connection. What's that Five of Cups? The Hierophant. There's a lot of maybe regret or sadness around this relationship or just a relationship in general. They may be a little confused about it. They may kind of intend to leave this up to chance or leave this up to you in regards to a missed opportunity. But I feel like they're very focused on themselves and their sense of independence. So it's just a big focus on the self. Empress at the bottom of the deck. Big focus on themselves. They're in pre-Empress energy, or their intent is to eventually become like Empress energy. So this may be a female or a woman. Look at the bigger picture and the moon. Wow. Some of you guys have a moon in Sagittarius, or maybe this person does. Okay. Wow, okay. So it's asking you to think with your higher mind, or rather feel with your higher emotions, I guess you could say, your more high vibrational emotions. And it's asking you, like, what do you want emotionally in your life? Like long term, big picture, what is it that you truly want? Like when it really comes down to it, why do you feel the way that you feel? How do you want to feel, and why do you want to feel that way? Or can also be talking about emotional maturity, or when it comes to what you want emotionally, like really long term and big picture thinking, what do you actually desire? Like what do you actually need? Because the moon is about what we need. What do you need, not necessarily what you want. Okay. So, Leo, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at ViolettaAlexis.com. All the information is in the description box below. Oops. All right. Let's move on to Virgo. What's going on, Virgo? I hope that you guys are doing well. Today, we're going to be taking a look at your person, their energy towards you, their feelings, their intention, and then we're going to pull advice messages. Show me Virgo's person. All right, show me Virgo's person and their energy towards Virgo. Show me Virgo's person and their energy towards Virgo. The Two of Pentacles. Okay. The King of Swords. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. Not for all of you. Okay. A little boring, but no, I'm just kidding. Oh, the Queen of Wands reversed. Queen of Cups. Why is that Queen of Wands reversed? What's that Two of Pentacles? Virgo, this person may have a couple of options, if I'm going to be honest with you. I see two queens here. Okay, I see a Queen of Wands reversed, and I see a Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This person can be talking to a Queen of Cups. Now, I don't know which one you are. I don't know if you're the King of Swords. I don't know if you're the Queen of Wands reversed. I don't know if you're the Queen of Cups. So you're going to have to kind of know. Okay, so the Queen of Wands reversed can be a bit jealous, angry, frustrated, pissed off. And I asked why the Queen of Wands is reversed or why she's pissed, and I got the Three of Wands. This Queen of Wands reversed can be annoyed because she feels like she's waiting for something to happen, or waiting on communication, or waiting for change, and it's not happening. There can be somebody here, maybe the King of Swords, who may be talking to a Queen of Cups behind the scenes. with that Two of Pentacles and the Six of Swords reversed. Oh boy. There could be a little bit of juggling going on, and it feels like this person is like trying to think logically. They're kind of weighing the pros and cons. This King of Swords weighing the pros and cons of what their options are. Maybe they have a past option or a new option, and I say that because we have that Six of Swords reversed, and then we have the Ace of Swords, which is new energy, next to that Queen of Cups. Okay, now if you know, all right, so if you absolutely know 100% that this person does not have more than one option, then I would say that this King of Swords is likely trying to make practical decisions based on a past problem, especially when it comes to you guys. If you're this Queen of Wands reversed, then just flip it how you may. If you're this Queen of Wands reversed, then this person can be trying to stay detached from some kind of maybe mood that they feel like you're in, or this kind of frustration or jealousy that you may be having, or whatever it is. I do think that this person is very well aware that you love them and that they love you. So that can also be the case. But for some of you, it can definitely be like a bit of a juggling act, okay? If you know that this person may be dealing with someone else. What is this person's feelings for Virgo? The Page of Wands. So they want to talk to you. They want to message you. They want to keep it flirty and fun. The Empress reversed. The Four of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords. Dude, there's way too many cooks in the kitchen, in my opinion. Okay, is this person on the table a feminine? Reversed is no, upright is yes. Is this person on the table a feminine? Reversed is no, upright is yes. Yes. Tim, now the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a feminine, okay? So this is somebody who may feel like they need to keep things lighthearted just because they can feel like they're smothering you. You know, there may be something unhealed with them regarding their own self-worth and self-value. And I feel like they don't want to be in that mind frame. They don't want to think about that. They don't want drama. They don't want conflict. Tell me about that Four of Swords reversed. The Six of Cups. I feel like there's a wounded inner child in there somewhere. And I think that they try to focus on the good memories about you guys, especially when there's like some doubts or some sadness. I already am like exhausted by this reading. It just feels like it's too much. Why is that Empress reversed? It's like this person doesn't feel truly I told you there's like some kind of childhood trauma, childhood wounds. You know, it's like they're trying to keep it fresh and fun and stuff like that. But I do think that there's some jealousies. I do think that there's some anger. It's possible that there is some juggling going on. This person may be feeling victimized by their own willingness to give too much. Jeez Louise. What is this person's intent with Virgo? What's this person's intent? The Knight of Wands. So once again, they may be just trying to keep it lighthearted or something like that. Tell me more. The Five of Cups. Because of the past. They don't want to... It's almost like they're trying to avoid getting hurt again, but I feel like this person's pretty pissed. The Chariot reverse, they don't have a whole lot of confidence in moving forward with this. So I do feel like they're just trying to keep it fresh, fun, flirty, whatever. But there's a lot of disagreements that they likely have around you and what the plan is and where this connection is going or where the relationship is going. I just think that they don't share a lot of your ideas or maybe your goals in regards to the connection, if you have any here. And so there's a lot of doubt and there's a lot of fear in treading forward in like a very serious way because of past issues. And so it's like they're just trying to keep it lighthearted. And I feel like they're trying to be optimistic, but I don't think it's easy for them. What's that Five of Cups about? The Ten of Wands. There could have been an ending between the two of you, or like a something that just felt very heavy, long time coming. Tell me more about that Five of Cups. Three of Cups reverse. I'm telling you, there's some kind of third party energy that keeps popping up here. And it's like this person may feel like you're just being very selfish, you know, you're inspired by what you can have and what you can get without actually putting any of the real effort in. And they may just kind of feel like you're cold and detached or like you don't really care. Whether that's true or not, okay? Ugh. For your advice, is a time to give rather than take. And it says new moon in Virgo. We're having a new moon in Virgo in 2 days. And then we have house 2. Sometimes you got to ask yourself not what the relationship can do for you, but what you can do for the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so for some of you, if that is the case, then it may be asking you to give more based around what you value, what you appreciate, what you're grateful for. House 2. Um, you know, maybe buy this person something small, or like if you wanted to make, if you want to make it work anyway. For some of you, this can be reverse, okay? But this is a time where it's asking you to give, because house 2 can be where we gain, okay? But it can also be where we spend, but it can be a lot about what we gain. And so by our own efforts. And so I feel like the more you give, the more you'll gain, like times 10. Really. But I don't know if like I feel like you would have to switch your mindset to be able to see it that way. Okay. So, Virgo, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. If you're not going to be here by the time that I read for super chat questions, keep in mind that my wonderful mod Lori is going to be here and will timestamp everything. Okay. All right. All righty. What's up, Stacy? Thanks. All right. I might need to go and grab. I might need to go and grab some water because I'm super freaking thirsty. Okay. What's up, meow meow? All right, let me just go and grab some water really quick and just take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back, okay? Give me just a second. Okay. Thank you guys for waiting on me. I tried to hurry. All right. Let's go ahead and do Libra. I think I'm going to use these tiny little itty bitty cards. They're so freaking cute. So, Libra, I hope that you guys are doing well. Welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look at the person that is on your mind. We're going to see this person's energy towards you, their feelings, and their intent, and then we're going to pull some advice messages for you, okay? So, what's up, B? What's up, Kesey? Keep in mind, guys, anybody who books a super chat question on HYPSEE, everything will be timestamped. So if you can't stick around because you're working or something like that, everything will be timestamped, okay? Thanks a lot, Stacey. I appreciate that. I appreciate your patience. All right. Let's see. Show me Libra's person and their energy towards Libra. The Seven of Cups. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed. Knight of Wands reverse and the Page of Wands reverse. For some reason, I'm getting a lack of accountability, although it's not necessarily what these mean, but for some reason, I'm getting that. And definitely a sense, a little bit of an immaturity here. For some of you, this person has like a deep mother wound. So let me show you here. Seven of Cups, Knight of Cups reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, head in the clouds, illusion, delusion, either over idolization or emotional manipulation, trying to sweep you off your feet with whispering sweet nothings in your ear, but maybe not necessarily meaning it, you know. It's just a lot of it is a bit of manipulation. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. The Page of Pentacles reversed. It's not really like a true effort. It's almost like there's an energy of this person loving the idea of love or loving the idea of you, but not really grounding it in reality enough to truly do something about it. And I feel like this person may be spreading themselves too thin in regards to what they could have and what they want and da 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 da. But there's nothing really. The Devil with the Knight on the Knight of Cups reverse. This person seems to have a pattern of how they go about love or how they go about sweeping someone off their feet, but it never actually takes off, or once again, it's never actually grounded or rooted in reality. I'm not saying never, okay? What's that Ace of Wands reversed? Just so I can kind of understand here. The Six of Swords reversed. It's once again a pattern. It feels like a pattern. They keep going back, moving on, coming back, moving on, or in and out, or it's giving inconsistent, especially with the Ace of Wands reversed and the Six of Swords reversed. It's like a very inconsistent energy. Like there's like I hate to talk about your person that way, but it's like I don't want to say no self-awareness, but there's not a whole lot of self-awareness. It's just like, you know, poor me, or I didn't get what it reminds me of an incel. I'm not saying your person's an incel, but it reminds me of somebody who like doesn't do the work to evolve or grow, and so then they blame like the opposite sex for why no one's interested or something like that. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be insulting. I really don't. If this is you, I'm so sorry. But that's what it makes me think of. And I'm kind of getting the notion, like, underneath all of this, I think this person is really afraid to show up with who they actually are, because then they may feel like if they show up with who they actually are and they get rejected or whatever, then it's like their ego or something is going to take a true hit. And so it feels like they try to just kind of live in this like fantasy land, or show up as, I don't want to say as inauthentically as possible, but show up as to what they think people want. So that way, if they do get rejected, then it's almost like it's not really rejecting them. It's like this rejecting this role that they play or something like that. What's this person's feelings? Wow, what a crazy combo. Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords reverse. So you have like, you check off a lot of the boxes that this person wants. I even believe that this person is in love with you, dare I say, with that Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is mutual love. So I feel like whatever you're feeling for this person in a very positive way, they feel it for you too, but there's a guilt surrounding it. Almost a selfishness. It's weird, because it's like I feel like there's this part of them that needs healing so desperately and so bad, but they keep fighting it, or their ego keeps fighting it. It's almost like they don't want to acknowledge that it's there. What's that Seven of Swords? It's almost like they feel guilty because they're not really, they're like manipulating. But there is something about you in this connection is so fulfilling, but they feel guilty because it's like this start, stop energy, or they keep delaying conversation, or there's a form of like almost intentional immaturity. Tell me one more on that Seven of Swords reverse. The Ten of Pentacles in the upright. I feel like this person knows exactly what you deserve, and it's like they're not giving it to you, which is like, but they're still keeping you there. And that's what actually pisses me off, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like people should be able to sue others for like wasting their time. You know, you got one life, you know, or whatever. Well, depends on what you believe in, but what's this person's intent with Libra? Let's see that. Maybe that'll be more positive. Okay. Knight of Swords reverse. Queen of Pentacles reverse. Feels like they're taking you on a wild goose chase while keeping their defenses up, putting you in competitive situations, being very passive, killing your self-esteem, you know? Because it's like they know what you're worth. That's you. The Empress is Taurus and Libra, respectfully. And it's like they're just taking you on a wild goose chase, making you feel like shit about yourself. And this is like an incel. The way that incels get women is they pretend to be somebody, and then they try to make you question your worth. They chip away at your confidence, and it can be like by micro cheating, or by checking out, you know, the girl at the bar on purpose in order to make you feel some kind of way, or whatever it is. And it's like a lot of it is a ploy, because they get power from stealing your confidence by doing these things. And that's what this reminds me of. The answers you need are coming. I feel like the answers you need are here. House 3. I feel like you're going to get a message online. I feel like you're going to get a message online, or you're going to listen to a podcast, or you're going to read some article, right? Maybe you're going to watch my poetry channel, whatever it is. And you're going to get some level of insight that's going to give you all the answers that you need about this person. So Libra, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book with me there. If you're not going to be able to stick around for when I read your cards, it's okay because my mod Lori will put your timestamp in the comment section when I am done. Okay, so no need to worry. So let's move on. I'm sorry, KG. Oh, Stacey, are you a Scorpio? I love Scorpios. I'm a Venus in Scorpio conjunct Pluto in Scorpio, and I'm ruled by Venus. So I feel very scorpionic. Involuntarily celibate. Who is making them do this? Deluluville. Like, the thing about incels, it's like they, instead of like doing the work that they need to do in order to actually like to really become, I don't know, I guess you want to say high value man, you know, and value is different depending upon who you are, right? We put value in different things, but like instead of doing the actual work to just, you know, becoming successful enough or fit enough, smart enough, healed enough to be able to actually get a healed woman, right? They don't do the work and instead they try to manipulate or maneuver instead of actually like being a solid person. And so then they get mad when women don't want them. So what they do is they seek out the wounded gazelles. They seek out the women that are broken or have been abused or the empaths because they're weak. And it's not that much of a challenge to be able to take an already broken thing, already broken person, and break them down to dust, right? That's easy. A true man is going to be healing towards a woman and help uplift her, and she will give him 10 times whatever he gives her. Women are natural givers. So, not saying men aren't, okay, but men have to, you have to provide something to give. It's like the seed in the womb, right? So, I don't know. I think that the red pill community is incredibly dangerous to men. I think it's incredibly dangerous, especially to young men. So, that's my TED Talk for today. Let's move on to Scorpio. All right, what's going on, Scorpio? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at your person, their energy towards you, their feelings for you, their intentions with you, and then we're obviously going to pull some advice. Okay. All right, show me Scorpio's person. Show me Scorpio's person and their energy towards Scorpio. Show me Scorpio's person and their energy towards Scorpio. We have the Strength and the Page of Swords. We have Leo and Gemini. What's that Four of Pentacles about? The Two of Wands. Okay, I'm not mad at it. This is pretty good. Can be somebody new. That's not for all of you, okay? But I like it. I do. Um the Strength, the Page of Swords, the Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Wands is clarifying the Four of Pentacles reversed. This to me is somebody who wants to take a chance, but like an educated chance. Like, this is not like, let's say that this is somebody new, right? They're not just going to jump in and be like, oh, let me fly you out, or oh my God, like, let's meet up for coffee immediately. No, like, this is somebody who is showing a lot of restraint. And although they want to take a chance or they're willing to take a, you know, risk a little bit, take a little bit of a risk. They're trying to make an educated risk. They're trying to take an educated risk. They're trying to make sure that they plan accordingly, learn more about you. They're being very observant in regards to who you are, what you say, what you have online, not in like a creepy weird way, just in like, who is this person? Or if this is already somebody that you've been intertwined with, I feel like they're still curious about you. You could be married to this person for 20 years and they still have this curiosity about you. And I feel like they'll likely be asking you some questions. I think that this person is trying to make plans in regards to taking a chance with you in some capacity. I feel like this is a very independent person. They're feeling good about themselves. I think this is somebody who also feels like you don't necessarily need them, but you may want them. And I think that's also attractive to them. Tell me about that strength. Like it makes me feel like this person is intrigued. The Knight of Wands reverse is clarifying the strength, which I think is good, because if this person has had player-like tendencies or if they've been inconsistent with this connection, I don't think that they're trying to do that. I think that they're trying to stand on business. I think that they're trying to educate themselves more in regards to you or what you want, right? Like I said, even if you've been in a relationship with this person for a while, this is like, what can I do for you? What do you want, you know? And so I think that's really healthy. They're fighting for this. If you guys have had any issues, I feel like they're trying to move on from that. They're trying to resolve that. So I'm not really. Can you tell me more about that Page of Swords, maybe? Okay. If this person was not much of a giver or maybe took advantage in some way in the past, I feel like they are having a reckoning with that, or they're taking accountability for that in some way. Okay. Or if they pulled their energy back or something. I feel like this is really positive. I'm not really seeing too much negativity here. I feel like this person, they're trying to be good. They're trying to be a good person to you. What's this person's feelings for Scorpio? I feel like they may be spying on you as well. Like just seeing what you're posting, curious as to what you're posting on social media. Their feelings for you, the 10 of Cups reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands reversed. Okay, this person may be blocked, okay, for some of you. So they could be like, damn, like I'm trying to show up and emotionally support, but I can't. Um, for some of you, there could have been a divorce or a breakup, or they could feel like they're not really being emotionally supported by you. They could feel like they keep trying something with you, or they keep trying something and like it's not really going anywhere. So they may be feeling like they're needing to take a different approach, move a little bit more cautiously, not be so in your face, or it just feels like they're trying to take their time. But I also feel like there's this energy about them where they want to kind of jump the gun. Eight of Wands reverse can be like where we're trying to force something or we're trying to do it right now, even though we're not necessarily ready, right? It can be a little audacious. It can be a little forceful, but I feel like that Knight of Pentacles is going to rein that in, or is currently reining that in. So they're trying to take their time. They're trying to not startle you. It's almost like when you, because this person has a bit of a restraint when it comes to you. Like they're like, okay, I just need to relax, you know, even though maybe they want to jump your bones or whatever it is. But there's a level of restraint, even though they're feeling very, want to do this now, you know? Because I do feel like there's opportunity. They may feel like you're not giving them a whole lot of attention, or they may feel like something isn't quite yet a success. What's that Eight of Wands reversed? Oh. They may feel blocked out of your life, or they may feel like what's blocking the connection is some potential betrayal or ending that had occurred. I wonder if this is like a mending of some sort. What is this person's true intention with Scorpio? What's this person's true intention with Scorpio? Is it restraint or is it fear? Tell me about that King of Cups reversed. Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about that Six of Wands reversed. Why is the Chariot reversed? I don't feel like they're going to give a whole lot of attention to the emotional side of things, to be honest. They feel like you're a bit more grounded, you know, focused on your money, your business, your kids, your home, your whatever, and they may be not, because once again, there is some level of restraint here. But I don't know if it's necessarily restraint. It kind of feels like it's fear. I don't feel like they're barreling forward. It's definitely an apprehensive kind of energy, especially if you've walked away from this person, or there's been some hidden things that have happened that maybe came out, or, you know, whatever, or some kind of history. But I don't think they're going to really let their intentions be known, because I think that there's a fear. Their ego, if I'm going to be honest with you, Scorpio, this person's ego may end up getting in the way, but it's just fear. Like, the restraint is fear. The ego is fear. Any manipulation is around fear that you'll walk or something like that. What's the fear? That you'll make them step up and evolve and surrender their ego. Hangman, the Emperor. I think that fucking with you, excuse my language, but I think that fucking with you makes them feel like they would be forced to evolve. And I think a lot of their apprehension is coming from that. Because you may expect more or have certain standards that they don't know if they're really ready to meet, or something along those lines. I don't know. Believe in the impossible in house 9. Wow. I mean, that's a very like optimistic combo. What are you asking Scorpio to believe in the impossible about? The Eight of Pentacles reversed. This could be totally on the other side of things. Okay. If this is not about your person, the Eight of Pentacles reversed, when it comes to believe in the impossible, can be like the thing that you're trying to master, the thing that you're working on, whether it's like you writing a novel or you getting in the best shape of your life or whatever it is, like you can do it, but you have to think of in your higher mind. You have to think from a higher perspective, and a little bit of optimism is going to go a really long way. Maybe with this connection, okay? Maybe just in your own personal endeavors. So Scorpio, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis, and you can book with me there. If you're not going to be able to stick around for when your super chat question is read, don't worry. The timestamps will be available in the comment section. And if you want to book a personal reading, you can visit my website at violettaalexis.com. All right. Take care, Scorpio. Alrighty. Let's move on to, what's up, JB? How you doing? Sagittarius. You should actually do a TED Talk, Violetta. About what? Ain't nobody trying to listen to me. All right, let's see. Show me Sagittarius. Sorry, welcome Sagittarius. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at your person, their energy towards you, their feelings for you, their intention with you, and then of course we are going to pull some advice messages. Sagittarius, you're welcome, meow meow. Anytime, baby. Yeah, ego is definitely fear-based. We listen all the time. Aw, thanks. Okay. Show me Sagittarius's person and their energy towards Sagittarius. What's up, kitty? Got a lot of meow meows and kitties in here. Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Wands reversed. It feels more avoidant, if I'm going to be honest. Feels a little avoidant. This person is honestly showing up as a feminine. Okay. So I'm sorry, Sag, if you're a feminine, it might be reversed. Okay. This person looks pissed at you. If I'm gonna be honest, why are they mad? The Two of Wands. Give me one more. The Knight of Pentacles. I feel like they expected or want some kind of progress or more planning, more of a foundation laid between the two of you. Some kind of maybe potential decision made around finances or financial matters could have pissed this person off. Okay, that can be also a thing. And they're definitely in their feelings about it. They seem to be pretty upset. Although it seems like they're trying not to fight, they may be just kind of in silent mode a little bit. They don't really, it doesn't really look like they're putting in an effort. It looks like it may be a missed opportunity, or they're just not watering the garden like they were. Okay, we could say that. But at the same time, it's like they're like, I don't even want any fucking drama about it. Like, I don't even want any drama about it. Whatever, you know? Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there can be an issue around financial matters or around a divorce or a breakup of some sort. And it can also be that they're feeling like, well, no groundwork is being laid. No actual legitimate plans are being made. So, like, this is going nowhere. Great. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, but I feel like with that King of Cups and that Lovers, I feel like there's a deep, 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 deep love that you likely have for this person. Because I feel like you're that King of Cups, because they're showing up as the Queen of Swords reversed. This can be like a connection that feels very rare. The Lover is like, you have to remember, like, yes, the Lovers is a beautiful connection and da 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 da, but Lovers can also be like a twin flame. Okay, if you believe in that kind of thing. I don't. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Okay, so like something to keep in mind, right? But it can be like a twin flame kind of energy, and these connections are meant to trigger you. A lot of the times they're meant to trigger you because it's trying to bring up some old wounds that you haven't healed, or it's trying to get you to change a certain mind frame that is no longer serving you. So there's kind of a method to the madness. But I feel like this person is just mad. Like, this person seems pretty upset. And like I said, it can be around financial matters or some kind of lack of planning that really pissed them off, feeling like some kind of groundwork or effort is not being laid. You know, and they can be like, well, I'm not showing up anymore. I'm not, bringing over the cookies every Sunday, or I'm just not doing it. I know my cat is about to troll me. Give me 1 second, please. Sorry about that. I'm wearing flannel pajama pants and like a pink racerback tank top. Okay, just let me live. So let's see their actual feelings for you. Show me this person's feelings for Sagittarius. Oh no. Okay. Well, okay, I don't want all those cards. Just one, please. The Sun. I mean, you still make them happy. I think that I don't want to sound corny, but I feel like you have woken up some emotions in them that they really haven't, that really made them realize a lot about what they want or what they need or what actually makes them happy. But that Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords reverse, and the Sun, I feel like this is a lot about their own personal sense of happiness, and they may kind of feel like they need to either leave, like they may have been stuck on this for a while and they may just be like, there's no fucking point. Like, there's just no point. Can't do it. I'd rather be solo. I'd rather sleep peacefully knowing that nobody's, not laying the groundwork, or that, somebody's not making the right plans with me or is not committing or whatever it is. Okay. because they may feel like you have your guard up. I feel like there's a very strong attraction. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, I feel like there's a very strong attraction, and I don't think that's going to go away. I don't even think it doesn't even feel like a permanent leave. What's the intent with that Eight of Cups? Maybe they just need to go take a walk. Yeah, I still feel like they love you. You know, I still feel like they love you, but you know, they may need to tell you to F off for a while. They may block you for a while, or maybe they just need to go take a walk, or they don't want to talk to you for a while. Tell me about that Sun. The Ace of Cups reverse. They may feel like they need to give to themselves and focus on like what makes them individually happy. And what makes them confident. Because something was keeping them in a loop, or something has been keeping them in a loop in this connection. You know, maybe they're trying to figure out like for some of them, they're like, I just need to go be creative. I need some time in my art studio, or I just need to like go do some writing, or you know, I need to do something creative. Or maybe it's out there trying to see what else is out there. But well, let's see their intent. What is this person's intent with Sagittarius? Yeah, I don't feel like the cross watcher is going to kick my ass, but death reverse, that's what we're not really letting go of somebody. The high priestess, I think that they're just taking some quiet time. They're keeping things to themselves. They're trying to listen to their intuition about things. Yeah, they're a little frustrated. They feel like they need to kind of go back to the drawing board. I feel like they're trying. See, the thing about the world is that it can be about maturity. It can be about that things take time. It can sometimes be about needing to practice restraint. It's Saturn, you know. Saturn is the time lord, the time master. It's the mature, you know, grandpa with all the money or whatever, right? But the world is the last of the major arcana. So it's going from the fool's journey all the way to the world, and this person could be like, you know what, we've been through this journey, you know, where's your maturity, or maybe where's mine, or whatever, like something's got to give. But that Three of Wands reverse is telling me that they're frustrated because they've been waiting for maybe some kind of closure, or they've been waiting for the relationship to mature, some kind of, once again, groundwork, foundation, Saturn, to be laid, and it's like not, and like they're still holding on and stuff, but they're just kind of like, okay, I really need to listen to, yeah, Page of Pentacles. It's like they want more effort. They want more stability, practicality. Tell me about that high priestess. The Knight of Wands. They may feel like you're just kind of frolicking around and fucking around. Tell me what their intent is with that high priestess. Because I think that they believe that, first of all, yeah, restraint. I feel like they're practicing some level of restraint here. And maybe they're not like sleeping with you as much, or they're, you know, if you guys are married, they're not like letting you touch their butt in the kitchen or whatever it is. Because they're frustrated. They're frustrated with a lack of maturity, or they're frustrated with a lack of commitment, a lack of groundwork, something like that. There's still love. It doesn't mean that there's not love, but they see through a lot of things with that double reversed. And so I think that they're frustrated. Maybe even their own shit. I don't know. Adjustments are required in house 7. So adjustments are required in relationships, how we relate to one another, how we deal with conflict. You know, house 7 can sometimes be people who openly disagree with you, you know, who are in open conflict with you, like in the public, or like they don't try to hide it like this whole house, you know, it's like, and so I feel like there's something that there's maybe an elephant in the room that cannot be ignored anymore. What is the adjustment that you're asking Sagittarius to make? This may be reversed for some of you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. What is the adjustment that needs to be made? The Six of Wands. The Queen of Cups. Okay. Being more vulnerable, taking more pride in how you express your emotions with another person, with this person. Giving attention to what somebody's needs are, because you think about the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is about what we need. It's also about how we deal with stress. And this person may feel like they're under like copious amounts of stress. Yeah, look, 10 of Cups, you know, Page of Wands, 10 of Cups, needing to give a little energy to their emotions and what they need on an emotional level, maybe. You too, you know. But I feel like there needs to be more intimacy or something like that. And I feel like we're needing to lay the groundwork for that as well, because I think that a lot of people think that just intimacy is like what you do in the bedroom. It's not. Intimacy is what you said in the car earlier that hurt my feelings. You know, intimacy is the really nice thing that you said to me in the car today that made me feel good. You know, intimacy is the way that we deal with conflict. And all of that, everything that happens outside of the bedroom is going to show up inside of the bedroom. You know what I mean? So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. If you're not going to be able to stick around because you have work or something like that, in order for me to read your super chat question live, the timestamps will be available to you in the comment section. If you want to book a full-blown personal read, you can visit my website at violettaalexis.com. Thanks a lot, Sag, and I'll talk to you soon. Alrighty. All right. Oh, Donna, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay. Oh, you're welcome, Meow. What's up, Key? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Capricorn. Capricorn, I hope that you guys are doing well. Today, we're going to be taking a look at your person, their energy for you, their feelings for you, their intentions with you, and then we're going to pull some advice messages, okay? Oh, you're welcome, Enigma. Anytime, baby. Show me Capricorn's person. Show me Capricorn's person. Show me Capricorn's person. Show me Capricorn's person's energy towards the Capricorn. The Empress. Okay, this looks like a woman. Okay, so sorry. I feel like Sagittarius might have been reversed for some of you and Capricorn might be reversed. Okay, but this does look like a feminine. Oh, maybe not. The Emperor reversed. Whoa. Why is the Emperor reversed? 3 of Pentacles. Why is the Emperor reversed? 8 of Pentacles reversed. Is this person the feminine? I feel like that this person is the feminine. But let's see. Is this person the feminine, the person on the table? Reversed is no, upright is yes. No, so this is the masculine. Okay. So, okay, so this is a masculine. Okay. Love that the Empress is here. The feminine is showing up, at least in the masculine's opinion. The feminine is, if the feminine is showing up in her absolute highest vibration, she looks beautiful. This masculine is incredibly attracted to her. This feminine is incredibly nurturing, creative, just gorgeous. I mean, at least the way the masculine feels about the feminine. Okay, so if you're the feminine, that's how the masculine sees you. However, there may be some insecurities around that. The Emperor reversed is somebody who doesn't really get their way through actual leadership. They get their way through being passive aggressive. They haven't actually done the work to earn the crown. They just want the crown. you know, without actually having done the work. So it's kind of like how you saw in like medieval times, like boy kings were at an all-time high, you know, 14-year-old boys running a freaking country. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this person is a child, like a, you know, a piece of crap, or like, not saying children are a piece of crap. That's not what I mean. That sounds so bad. But you know what I'm saying? And so, and I think it's really because this person hasn't actually done the work. Eight of Pentacles reverse is clarifying the Emperor. So I do think that this person is on the same page with you in regards to certain goals or things you guys are wanting to achieve or things that you want from one another. But I don't know if they've actually done the work. And I think that there's a lot of stress around either being viewed as like too feminine, or there's a lot of stress around their emotionality and being vulnerable, or maybe something like that, or um but I mean, I think this person thinks the world of you. What is that Emperor reverse doing? Like, what is the game plan there? Ace of Swords. This person may be trying to have a new start with you. Tell me more about that Ace of Swords. The Queen of Cups. This person wants your vulnerability, and I even think they want to be vulnerable. But it's like their way that they're going about it is strange. Like, in order to incite or in order to encourage femininity, you know, the man must project true authentic masculinity. And I feel like this person may be showing up in a way that is not like it's what they think masculinity is. But I don't really think that because the Emperor reverse has a hard time putting his emotions aside to do what he needs to do. And I feel like this is somebody who may believe that they don't meet a certain standard, Eight of Pentacles reversed, you know, or that they've maybe ruined their reputation with you by certain ways that they've acted, but they want to be able to talk about their feelings. They want to hear how you're feeling. They want love with you. And I feel like they're on the same page in regards to a lot of goals that you guys have together. But there is it's like a very strange way that they're going about it. It's almost like they're hiding behind your skirt or something. It's really weird. What's this person's true feelings for Capricorn? What's this person's true feelings for Capricorn? Tell me about this person's true feelings for the Capricorn. The Magician, okay. The Knight of Swords. Could be a Gemini or a Virgo. We have Aries, Taurus, Libra, Cancer. The Knight of Cups reverse. There's something around this person fearing emotion, or like a fear of being vulnerable or something like that. I think this person really wants to create new memories with you. I think that they have a very strong affection for you, not just like in a lover's way or like a sexy way, but in like you're my friend. Six of Cups can be like a very deep, intimate friendship as well as a love relationship. And I think that they want to take action. I think that they even believe that they can, but when it comes to their emotions, when it comes to that vulnerability, when it comes to romance, it's kind of like lacking a little bit. Why is that Knight of Cups reversed? Okay, I just don't need all of those cards. Why is that Knight of Cups reversed? God damn, it's trying to give me all these cards. Your person's pretty talkative. So let me see that Knight of Cups. Okay. The Page of Wands. It can't just be immaturity. It almost feels like they're afraid to give too much because of something that happened in the past. Like, I don't know, maybe they gave a girl their all or something like that, and then it was all taken from them, or who knows. So it's like they're trying to like cut through the crap. They're trying to, but it's like the weird thing is they want that. They want that lovey-dovey, gushy, whatever. But it's almost like they're trying to be something that they're not. Because I think that this is actually a very emotional, vulnerable person. But I feel like they don't want to appear that way. It's almost like they're trying to be something they're not out of fear of being hurt. What's the intent? Well, tell me about that Knight of Swords, the King of Pentacles. So here we go again with like the, you know, the practical and the mundane, right? But because I think they're trying to figure out how to stabilize the connection, or I feel like they want to commit. I feel like maybe they're trying to figure out how to bring you guys together, or they're trying to figure out how to be more supportive of you or something like that. It doesn't feel like they're a bad, well, let me see their intentions first. I just feel like they're a little misled or a little afraid. What is this person's intentions with Capricorn? Some of you could work with this person. Okay, that's not for all of you. Show me this person's intention with Capricorn. The Hierophant reversed. The Knight of Wands. The High Priestess reverse. What's that High Priestess reverse? I don't like that. The Death card. They want to hold on to you because they feel like you're a wife type, or maybe you are their wife, or there's something here in that regard, but I feel like they're keeping secrets. What is the secret? Whoops. Okay, I saw the Temperance reverse wanted to pop out. This person could have an addiction. What's that High Priestess reverse? The Four of Pentacles reverse. Five of Cups, Chariot reverse. They may have done something impulsively. Tell me about that Hierophant reversed. The Nine of Cups reversed. It's very much like my way or the highway. If this doesn't go my way, then it's not going anywhere kind of deal. And they're like keeping it lighthearted. They're like here for having fun and whatever. But they may be hiding that eventually they plan on letting this go. Or they can be lying to you about an ending or something that they let go of. What is this ending about? Or something that they said that they changed, but I don't think that they really did. The Queen of Wands, that they ended something with a woman. I feel like they're yanking your chain a little bit. So we have you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer, and then house 5. This can be telling you, like, regardless of what happens here, like you and your children will be fine or something like that. You and your family will be fine. But it may be asking you to focus on like creative matters or having fun or your own personal projects, entrepreneurial endeavors, things like that. Okay. So Capricorn, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during the live, then you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. If you were not going to be here in time for me to read your super chat question, no worries. It will be timestamped in the comments. If you want to book a full-blown personal read, then you can visit my website at violettaalexis.com. All of that information can be found in the description box below. Let's go ahead and move on to... Let's go ahead and move on to... That was a rough reading. Let's move on to Aquarius. What's going on, Aquarius? I hope that you guys are doing well. let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on for you and your person, their energy towards you, their feelings for you, and their intent. And then, of course, we're going to pull an advice message. What is going on with these cards? My goodness gracious. All right, let's see. Show me Aquarius's person. Show me Aquarius's person. Ah, you're welcome, Malv. No problem. Show me Aquarius's person and their energy towards Aquarius. Okay. Why is the Six of Cups reversed? The Five of Pentacles. This person may be holding it against you that at some point you kind of blocked them. Okay. You may have blocked them, left them out, or they may be holding a grudge around a money situation or a financial situation as well. This is somebody who, while yes, they're maybe holding a grudge around this money situation or this blockage or whatever it may be, I still feel like they have intentions towards you. I think that they are pretty content with where things are, although, yes, they may be holding a little bit of a grudge. And that could just come from a place of immaturity, or, you know, maybe it's rightfully so that they have a grudge towards you. I don't know them. I don't know you, but they are frustrated because they feel disconnected from you in some way. Although there still may be some level of commitment or emotional support, they may be frustrated around some kind of perceived disconnect or some kind of perceived misunderstanding between the two of you. I feel like they think that they believe that they're being misunderstood. What is the magician? What is the magician? What is the magician? Okay. The Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands reverse. So they can be trying to kind of let their guard down a little bit. You know, if they have been showing you like visibly or verbally that they had been holding a grudge towards you, I think that this person's intent is to actually put in some level of effort or plant new seeds with you. And by doing that, first they may feel like they're needing to let their guard down or let you in a little bit more. So, and I feel like they have the confidence to be able to do this because I do think that you do make them very happy. Tell me more about that Nine of Cups. The Sun. Yeah, I think you make them really happy. I think you make this person really, really happy. You know, this person may feel like they can totally be themselves around you as well, even though, yes, they may feel misunderstood or they may be holding a little bit of a grudge out of immaturity or because they felt left out or something like that. But you make this person really happy. And I don't think that they don't have an intent to plant seeds with you, because there's something here that seems to be very enlightening for them around you guys and your connection with them. It doesn't feel all bad. It feels pretty good. So what is this person's feelings for Aquarius? What is this person's feelings for Aquarius? Show me this person's feelings for Aquarius. The Five of Wands reverse. Okay. The Eight of Wands. Okay. Some of you can live at a distance from this person. Some of you guys could have just reopened line of communication. Okay, for some of you. Page of Swords. I'm not mad at this. It seems like they're wanting to talk to you about something, something that they observed. No fighting or anything. Five of Wands reversed, Eight of Wands, Page of Swords. So what is that Page of Swords about? The Ace of Wands reversed. Okay. They're trying to see, I think, if you guys can move forward with something because they may have felt unwelcomed around you before, or they may have felt like you didn't want them in your space or something like that, right? Maybe you didn't, maybe you turned them away when they showed up at your house, or who knows, right? But they're not wanting to argue. I feel like they're wanting movement forward. They feel like they can maybe talk to you about anything, or they're feeling like they want to have a conversation about maybe things that have happened in the past, or it just feels like they're curious. They're curious on whether or not you guys can continue to move forward. Tell me more about that Page of Wands. The Lover's reverse. I think that there was some kind of disagreement, and they're kind of wondering if that's going to be like the end all be all, or there may be some curiosity or some questions around either unrequited love, intimacy, okay, or lack thereof, or it can be questions around another relationship, maybe something like that. But it doesn't feel negative. It feels like a genuine curiosity. And this person, I think, feels like they need to be very observant to understand exactly what it is that you want. But they're not putting their ego into it. They really don't want to fight. They don't want any arguments, anything like that. Even though, yeah, maybe they're holding a little bit of a grudge, but it doesn't feel serious. What's up, Vanessa? That's what's up. What's this person's intent? The Ten of Wands reversed. Tell me more. The Six of Wands. Oops. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. They can be a little disappointed with a lack of clarity or around a lack of conversation, but I don't think that they want to make things harder than they need to be. I think their intent is to kind of not make things harder than they need to be, give this attention, truly invest in giving you attention and receiving attention back, whatever. I do think that maybe they're going a little impatient because they may want things to grow a little bit faster than what's actually happening. And they can feel maybe a little disappointed by that, but it doesn't feel like inherently terrible. Like, what's that Ten of Wands reversed? They may want to get some things off their chest as well. Yeah, the Three of Swords and the Temperance. They may want to find peace and controversy between the two of you. So I'm not getting like a bad vibe, to be honest. I'm really not getting a bad vibe. So funny. You have new moon in Aquarius. Okay, your sign, bring love into the situation, and then air. Well, you're an air sign. So I feel like this is about being open-minded. This is about letting your heart be open, be willing to talk about certain things, learning more about this person, even if you've been married to him for 20 years, and being a little objective in your communication. So yeah, I feel like there can be a new start here if you want it. I already told you it feels like this person's intent is to kind of let their guard down and to truly invest or to truly plant seeds with you, because I do feel like you check off a lot of the boxes in regards to like the ideal partner or what they want, and they seem to be pretty content. They're trying to make you happy on top of it as well. You make this person really happy regardless of the grudge that they may be holding, like, fuck it, like, I'll be fine, like, it's so I don't feel like it's bad at all. I feel like it's pretty positive. So Aquarius, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question, get your cards read during the live, you can head on over to HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. So now let's move on to my super chatters. Thank you, Lori, for all the hard work that you do. I really appreciate it. All right. Okay. All right. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'm just going to make a protein shake really quick. I haven't eaten in a while, and so I'm getting a little hungry. So let me just make a protein shake, and I'll be right back. Thank you guys so much for your patience. All righty. Oh, Shannon, thank you so much. That means the world to me. Thank you. You as well, Enigma. What's up, Joseph? All right, 1 second, you guys. All right. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So what's up, Tom? Nice to see you. What's up, Kinez? Oh, damn it. Is it like that on all the YouTube channels? With the freaking, with the screen names like that? God, what a travesty. Okay. So, starting out with super chatter number 1. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Okay. So, super chatter number 1, what I have thus far: 10 of Cups reversed, King of Cups reversed. This person may have a strong Scorpio placement, Taurus placement, Gemini placement, King of Pentacles, Page of Swords reverse. When you meet them, this person is either likely getting out of a relationship, or maybe they're having trouble with a relationship, or they may be recently divorced, or they keep trying to make a relationship work that isn't really working. And so it may kind of feel like they're emotionally closed off. And it could force them to focus more so on material gains or material things. So when you meet them, they could feel a little closed off. Once again, they may have relationship troubles or recently divorced or something like that. Tell me about that Page of Swords reverse. They may have a child. I feel like this is somebody you're going to realize that they assume a lot. Like they assume the worst, or they assume a lot, or they assume you're not going to understand them, or they just assume things that aren't necessarily true, and you're like, "Why do you think like that?" or something like that. But I think it's because they are coming off of the heels of some kind of negative relationship or traumatic relationship or something like that. And so this can be somebody who's like a businessman or some kind of business owner, or just a business person in general, somebody who may be very established or well off. I was like, that's great, right? But you can be like, why do you assume that I don't agree with you? Or why do you assume that I don't feel this way? Or why do you, it can be like that. And you can feel like there's a little of mental immaturity that comes from this person, but you can feel like it's more just because of what they went through that kind of makes them a little jaded or something. Where will she meet this person? The Nine of Pentacles reversed popped out for where you meet this person. But then I also have the Nine of Swords reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the Seven of Cups. Luckily for me, I am writing a tarot book, and I ended up making like a cheat sheet um for all the locations and all the astrological significance for each of the cards. So I'm just going to look it up. Okay. Okay, so it might be like an unstable environment where you meet this person. It may be when you're kind of in isolation, or there may be something where you are where it's like it's almost like artificial luxury. So like a location that has a lot of vanity or excess. Maybe it's like a cheap restaurant that's trying to look fancy, or maybe it's like not that great of a motel that's trying to put these like cheap chandeliers up, or whatever it is. So it may be that, it may be something like that, where something is a little bit of an illusion. Okay. So it's going to be like a location where it's like something that it's not. Like, you know, like a I don't know, like a really crappy bank that and their manager dresses really fancy, like they're, you know, I don't know, the manager of the Ritz-Carlton or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be something like that. It's going to feel like when things are uncertain. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, and then we have Uranus. I feel like it's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to come from absolutely out of nowhere. I don't think you're going to expect it. I don't even think you're going to expect that you'll end up being attracted to this person. They may be somebody who is at a distance because of Sagittarius. They may be somebody that you meet online with Uranus there, or in like some big group of people, maybe in a far off land, or maybe someone who is from a different cultural background. Okay. So, yeah, interesting. Well, let me know when you do. Thanks a lot, number one. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's get my other deck out. Last shuffle. All right. All right, so we have number two. Okay. Why did this person pull back so suddenly? Seems like for some reason they believe that hanging around here would end up causing conflict or drama. And so they may have had to make the decision to avoid it. Why do they think it would have caused drama? The Knight of Cups. There may be another romantic interest that if continuing having a conversation with you or continuing the relationship may ended up creating more drama than they were really interested in. So the Eight of Swords reverse can be about like, okay, I need to make a choice here. Will she hear from him again? The Ten of Swords. I don't think so. At least not right now. It seems like they're ending this. And I think it's because they're taking their energy, like maybe to someone else, to be honest with you. And they could have felt like keeping the relationship with you would have kind of ended on a bad note with potentially someone else. Okay. Um, okay. Number three. How did he feel after running into her last weekend? How did he feel about her? The Emperor, okay. Is he interested in her? I think so. This is somebody who feels like you encourage a sense of masculinity in him, which is attractive to men, right? Which usually means that you're showing up in a very feminine, beautiful way that is attractive to a man, that incites his masculinity, that makes him want to take the lead or provide something or whatever the case. Okay. Is he interested? Page of Pentacles, yes. And I feel like he wants to know more. I don't feel like it's just some kind of like run of the mill, like, floozy kind of thing. It seems like he's really wanting to put in some kind of effort. So yes, I believe he's interested. Thank you, number three. Number four. Okay. Um, What are his feelings for her? Number 4, what are his feelings for her? The 4 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, okay? The Queen of... Is there a third party romantically? Reversed is no, upright is yes. No. Okay. So this person's feelings for you are pretty beautiful. It doesn't look like there's a romantic third party. The 4 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. I did want to make sure and ask if there's a romantic third party, and I got a no, so that's good. This is somebody who feels like things are stable between the two of you, or like somebody that they have a foundation with. They feel like you're a natural leader. They just feel like you're somebody who's sexy, outspoken, fun. They feel like you're also somebody that they can build with, or somebody that they could marry maybe, or just even go into business with, really. So I'm not saying anything negative here. Why is there a lack of intimacy in their relationship? Oh, God damn it. Jesus Christ. Okay. So the 7 of Swords reversed is being clarified by the 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. God, it almost is like he's very focused on himself and some kind of project. It's almost as if he feels like he needs to weed out some level of distraction in some capacity. I don't know if he feels like that would be it. I think that he wants emotional connection. That is certainly prevalent here. But there may be something that he's learning, like some level of truth. So I don't think that there's a lack of intimacy because there's a lack of emotion or a lack of feelings by any means, but it feels like some kind of emotional evasion on his part, like he's avoiding something emotionally. Give me one more on that 7 of Swords reversed. The Fool reversed. Is he like hesitant because he feels like he doesn't meet some kind of standard? It almost feels like he's insecure because he feels like he doesn't meet some kind of standard, or he may have made a reckless decision in the past. And so he could feel like some level of guilt because of that. And so he's not really putting in an effort, even though there's a very strong emotional attachment between the two of you. It almost feels like emotional evasion. What's that Ace of Swords about? He feels like you blame him for something. It's like he feels like you blame him for something. And I don't know if that's true, but it seems like that's what's kind of going on. And I'm kind of wondering, I mean, like the Queen of Cups it's mutual love between two people, but it feels like he's avoiding emotions. It feels like he's avoiding emotions and he's like trying to focus on his own projects, or he has some guilt about the past, or like a reckless decision that he made. And he feels like maybe you guys had a conversation about it and you blame him for it, or whatever the case is. It's asking, what do you need to release? And then conjunction. I wonder if if there's something about unrequited love here. What does she need to release? The Queen of Swords reversed. Give me one more. The Moon. I feel like you need to get out of your head and get into your heart. I'm not saying that you're not, okay? But the Queen of Swords reverse for what we need to release is not thinking logically or overthinking things to the point where we spiral. And the Moon is about getting in touch with your emotions and trusting yourself. You know, it could be that he's like, you know, focused on porn or something. It's almost like a fear. Because there's some kind of blunt realization that he has that slices through some kind of illusion, and it feels like he's into intellectualizing the connection. And so he feels like there's some kind of disconnect or disharmony between the two of you, or a choice that you guys made that isn't aligned, or a choice that maybe you made that wasn't aligned with him or something like that. But it feels like intimacy is blocked because of some level of indecision, maybe divided loyalty, or God, what a strange reading. Or a lack of like full-hearted commitment, like not going all in, although like the love is there, because it's like him seeing you as three queens. It takes four queens to equal an empress, and now we have the Queen of Swords reverse, which is the only queen that is lacking, which is something about the mentality. And it can be him the way it, it can be the way that he feels like you think about intimacy, because the Queen of Swords is about the mind, right? All of the other queens are in the upright. They look great. The only queen that is unaligned or whatever or reversed is the Queen of Swords, which is about the mind. And I asked what the actual problem was, and I got the Ace of Swords, which is the mind. And so I feel like there's a way that you talk, or there's a way that you think about intimacy, or a way that you love, or something like that, that is not aligned with him. So it feels like the lack of intimacy is tied to like truth colliding with some kind of disconnection. And it feels like he has clarity around that. So it's not that he doesn't like think about intimacy or whatever. I think that he thinks about it, but he may not be like surrendering to it, or um there may be a truth or a realization that he feels has disrupted some level of trust. So you know, maybe he feels like you don't feel safe enough to have intimacy, or maybe he doesn't, or whatever it is. But it feels like it's a little bit at a crossroads. But I feel like it's something around like that Ace of Swords is around something that you said. Is around something that you said, or the way that you think, is what it feels like to me. So I don't know what the hell that means. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it, obviously, and I hope you get it all worked out. All right. Thank you, number 4. Oh, what a cute doggy. All right, number 5. Okay, does he still think of her, of number 5? I feel like he has mixed feelings about it, honestly. Like with that Page of Cups reverse and the Ten of Wands reverse, I think that he's like trying to let go of some level of burden, or he feels like this is too much that he can really handle. So like when he does think about you, it doesn't feel like it's super positive. It feels more like he feels like a victim in some way, or he's not really open to being vulnerable because he felt like he bit off more than he can chew in this connection, or he just feels like something is too much. When they cross paths, or if they cross paths, how is that going to look? Hmm. This person, when you see them, they could end up maturing, because that Page of Cups reverse can be like a very strong sense of emotional immaturity. Okay, which essentially makes things harder on himself. But when you see him, you may feel like something has changed, because we're going from the Page of Cups reverse to the King of Cups. So something may have evolved in him, or something that changed in him that you will probably find attractive. Let me know how it goes. Thanks a lot, number 5. I appreciate you. Number 6. Okay, let's see. What does number 6 need to be focusing on more? Tell me about that Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Well, I don't know if you don't know this or not. But the Wheel of Fortune with the High Priestess makes me think of somebody who needs to realize that every choice that they've made up until now in regards to things that they've created, invested in, didn't invest in, just simple choices, not trusting oneself, withholding, hiding secrets, whatever it is has gotten you to this point. So whatever that means, okay, whatever that means for you and your life or your relationships or like your business or whatever it is, and I feel like there needs to be this kind of release of trying to control something. I feel like you're wasting a lot of time in regards to either people, places, things, whatever, or how you're maneuvering through life. I feel like you're needing to have a higher perspective in regards to what your actual potential is. And so that can be like needing to really take some time out for yourself and figuring out what that means to you and how you can move forward in that particular direction. I think that you may have a lot of like creative projects, or you have a lot of things that you could create and like put out into the world, but maybe you are suppressing your potential by spending too much time and energy on things that aren't really going to help you grow that. Like, I think there's something that you're invested in that is, I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but it's not really going anywhere, or it's not going to go anywhere or something like that, whether it's like a friendship or a relationship, and it's like energy could be well spent elsewhere. I also think that maybe you're kind of having this analysis paralysis, maybe around a certain project or around a certain creative endeavor or something like that. And instead of like just kind of maybe it's around perfectionism, let's say that, right? Instead of being like, oh, I need this to be perfect in order for people to see it or something like that, you just need to do it, or you just need to put it out there just to have it out there. And I feel like you don't realize that, like, once you do this thing, once you allow that, like, it's going to snowball in a positive direction. I don't know if that makes sense. Thanks a lot, number 6. Alrighty. Number 7. Okay, let me see. How will pursuing this person turn out for number 7? Okay. Mm. So we have the 3 of Cups, the Ace of Wands reverse, the Strength reverse, and the Knight of Swords reverse. It may just end up being like a friendship, if I'm going to be honest. The intimacy may be off, you know. I'm not trying to be gross, but like it may feel like he's not getting it up, or You could feel like he's delaying the connection because he's in his ego and he's just kind of taking on this passive role. And honestly, you could end up developing the ick from that, like at least romantically or sexually. Okay. But it could end up as a really good friendship. But I just think that there's too much passivity or too much ego to be able to actually get something off of the ground long term. Okay, but if you may, it may develop in like really great conversation and you may be able to open this person up a little bit, but I don't know. Not my favorite, to be honest. But thank you so much, number 7. I do hope it works out. Let me know. We have number 8. Okay. Show me the feelings that this Gemini has towards number 8. Show me the intention. 10 of Cups. Okay. So they don't seem to be too concerned, or they're trying not to worry. Like if this person has a lot on their mind, I feel like they're trying to release those anxieties or worries. I feel like this person wants love. I feel like they probably want a long-term relationship if you guys are not already in a relationship. So I'm not really seeing any, I mean, given it's only a 2-card pull, but I'm not really seeing anything negative. It feels like this person wants a genuine relationship with you. All right. Thank you so much, number 8. I greatly appreciate you very much. And then we have number 9. What's up, girl? Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. How is that conversation going to go from her perspective, from number 9's perspective? Okay. A Hierophant with the Temperance reverse, you may feel like something's going somewhere or you guys are building more of a foundation, but you may feel like he's doing it out of a sense of like impatience a little bit, or you could feel like it's not really equal. Tell me more about how it's going to go. Where is this going to lead them to? The Star reversed and the 8 of Cups, because there's some kind of imbalance that you may perceive, or you feel like he loses his patience with you, you may start to lose hope and you may feel the need to kind of walk away from this if he's not going to get it together. Um, or maybe he does, but whatever the case, it feels like there's a lack of healing, a lack of faith, not super future focused. It feels like something starts to get grounded, and then it's like at some point, I don't know if it's the same day or not, but it feels like, okay, I don't really feel like this is reciprocal, or I feel like somebody's trying to like overdo it or overprove themselves in order to keep the foundation. But I feel like it may end up to somebody either just needing to take a serious, long walk, 30-minute walk or something, or somebody actually walks away for real. So, I don't know. But let me know how it goes. And I miss you too. I hope you're doing well. Number 10. Oh, what's up, girl? Okay, let me see. Okay. How is the S feeling for number 10? The King of Pentacles reversed and the Devil reversed. I don't know if this person just has strong earth placements or it's something else entirely. I would be careful with that King of Pentacles reverse, especially combined with the Devil reverse, because if this person knows that they're not going to commit to you, or this person is not uh is using you in some way, whether that's for like status or money, or like just want to split bills, or there's just this maybe sense of entitlement, or there's something like that. It's an instability. They're very well aware of whatever it is that they're doing. So this person may feel like there's some either fears or addictions or something that they have within themselves that they need something from you, or they, like, for instance, if this person has like a sex addiction, I'm not saying that's what it is, okay? But if this person has like a sex addiction, they could be like feeling like they need to use you for sex, and they know how toxic it is, but like they're still doing it. Or somebody who, just feels more stable with you in their life, or something like, maybe it's something really small, but it can also be just a sense of stubbornness as well. Because King of Pentacles is Taurus. And Capricorn, the Devil is Capricorn, but it's an awareness of that. Tell me what that King of Pentacles reversed is. The 5 of Swords reverse. Give me one. Tell me about that Devil reversed. 6 of Wands. This person feels like a loser, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like they feel like a loser. Like there's something about them where they feel like they can't show up or they can't provide, and they just feel like no matter what they do, they're not going to win. It's a very like negative mind frame, but I also think that they realize how toxic that is. This may be somebody who feels like they require a lot of your validation or something like that, or even if you don't realize it. But it doesn't feel committal. It feels just like sad. It just feels stubborn or sad, or this person just feels like a loser or something like that. Wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. Okay. What's this person's intent with number 10? They're very inside of themselves. Like this person may feel the need to kind of retract their energy, or because I feel like they're going through a weird dark night of the soul, or like some very offhanded experience that they're currently experiencing, and it's about themselves. And the hermit, you have to remember, the hermit is about a journey that you're taking because you're looking for something outside of yourself to feel fulfilled or to find yourself. And then like at the end of the journey you realize, oh, like I've had the thing I'm looking for the entire time. But it can cause them to take from you because they feel like they're not good enough, or they don't feel like they hold a certain amount of value, so they could be pretending that they have more than they do. Or it's just this, it's like taking advantage of a situation a little bit, especially like if they feel like you're in a vulnerable state or something like that. The hermit isn't a bad card. It's just, it's a hard journey. Be bold and make the first move, and the sun. So I feel like this is about you being confident to kind of, I feel like let me put it bluntly. I feel like you're going to be the one who sets the example and who sets the precedence, or who takes initiative, who sets the example and the tone. Like kind of in your, like needing to be in your masculine, you know? Maybe you're needing to wake this person up to who they truly are. Maybe you're needing to inspire them a little bit. Maybe they just need some confidence. I don't know, but I would just be cautious. I want to make sure that your confidence is intact, because you may get to a point where you start to lose that a little bit, or lose a little bit of yourself. Okay, so just be careful with that. Thanks a lot, number 10. I hope you're doing well. Number 11. Okay. Show me the details from the Leo to my number 11. Show me the feelings for her. It feels like there's some kind of blockage between the two of you that has to do with heartache. And I don't know if this is heartache that this person caused you or you caused them, but it's lingering there. And so this person, it looks like they're heartbroken, or they're having a hard time moving forward for some reason, or they're even having a hard time talking about what they're feeling. And it's because of that brokenness. It's because of those pieces that are kind of crumbled all over the floor. And I don't know what it's from, but it's there, and it's prevalent. That Three of Swords is definitely going to dominate the reading a little bit. And so they could feel kind of like they're forcing something, or there's some form of pressure, and they may not be ready for it, or they may be having a hard time with it for some reason. And I don't know if that Three of Swords has anything to do with you or not. Intentions. Page of Wands reversed. Hangman. I feel like they don't really have intent to like either communicate, or they don't really have intent to like start something. It feels like they're kind of hanging back and perceiving things, and they may feel like there are some things that they're needing to let go of first, or needing to surrender or sacrifice in order to move forward, to be fair. So it feels like they're kind of hanging back and just kind of speculating more than anything, or that's their intent, because they seem to be hurting about something or in pain over something. Thanks a lot, number 11. Best of luck, obviously. We have number 12. Is the Scorpio reading for number 12? Reversed is no, upright is yes. No. Which reading is for her? It's either going to be the Virgo read, okay, because this is Venus and Virgo, or because Venus rules Taurus and Libra, it could be the Taurus or the Libra read, but I would first check Virgo. Virgo may be your reading. Okay. Thanks a lot, number 12. Good question. Number 13. Okay. Will she be happy at school this year? Okay. Aw. Okay, that's great. Six of Cups, Five of Cups reversed, and the Three of Pentacles. I feel like she'll get along with the other students really, really well. I think that she will feel like she's working on a team, like she has camaraderie, she has people to learn from, she has people to teach, even people learning from her. It seems like everything is going really, really well. She can find herself working on teams this year around. It feels like if there has been some sadness or some regret or some issues around another school or something like that, it seems like some kind of memories that she's creating with other people seem to help her alleviate some kind of maybe traumatic experience or sadness or grief or something along those lines. So that looks predominantly positive. Will she be moved to another school? Reversed is no, upright is yes. I feel like things are not really clear about that with the King of Swords. I'm not really seeing that right now. The King of Swords reverse, it can be like where we don't have enough information about something, or somebody may be kind of giving you the runaround about it. So I don't feel like there's enough information, but immediately I would say no. Wow. Wow, look at this. 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Page of Swords. I feel like maybe you'll be having a good money year this year, potentially. It feels like she's learning a lot. She's opening up her heart space to people. She's establishing these bonds. Money looks good. Her life looks good. Everything looks great, from home and family to money to love to education. Everything looks great. I mean, look at these cards. So you have these three that I showed you already, right? And then look at these. She just looks fulfilled. She just looks fulfilled. Any challenges we may run into here? I'm not really seeing any challenges. It feels like she's fishing her wish, whatever that looks like. I don't feel like this King of Swords reversed is really a yes or no. It feels like things are uncertain right now for some reason, but it feels like whatever school she ends up going to, it looks like it's very healing for her in some way, and she seems to be getting what it is that she wants, whatever that looks like. Advice is it's time to release negativity and Aquarius. There may be an Aquarius in your life that you need to release. This is an Aquarius, so I don't know if that is prevalent to you. But this is a full moon in Scorpio, which can talk about things that maybe are under the surface that we're needing to deal with. So that's going to cause us, or that's going to need us to be very vulnerable in regards to what that is. And so maybe she's just needing to maybe she needs a safe space to feel like she can be vulnerable and more outspoken. I feel like she will probably need to open herself up to a lot of friends and new groups and communities and things like that. And I feel like it's about thinking outside of the box, in my opinion, in regards to whatever this release of negativity is. So, damn, I mean, you probably had the best reading out of all the signs and all the super chatters, to be honest. So good for you. Thank you, number 13. Best of luck, obviously. Then we have number 14. Sure, let me see. Should she move on from him? Or number 14. Yeah, I mean, I think you need to think about it. Like with that Two of Wands there, I mean, the fact that you're already asking is like, oh. So I feel like that's kind of an answer, but the Two of Wands in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, you're going to see that a wand is behind him and then he's holding on to another and then he has the world in his palm. And so it says, okay, well, you already know what's back there, right? The devil that you do know versus the devil that you don't. But it's saying that if you take the road less traveled, that is where you're going to find more expansion or whatever it is. And with that Five of Pentacles, I feel like probably the answer would be yes, but I feel like you're needing to either plan it strategically or you're just needing to do this in a way that is kind of out of your comfort zone. Thank you, number 14. Number 15. Sure, let's see. Number 15. I feel like you may have some practical decisions that you need to make. I think that maybe things are feeling a little chaotic right now, maybe just in regards to your routine or your schedule, maybe your finances. I'm feeling like there may be some debts that you may need to pay off, or there may be some decisions that you're needing to make from a practical standpoint that's going to help you resolve a lot of financial routine or work issues. So this can be something like, downloading a budgeting app or hiring a CPA or maybe it's just about being more productive ultimately and something that's allowing you to handle your day more efficiently, especially regarding time management potentially, maybe one of those productivity apps or something like that. But it also may be saying don't bite off more than you can chew. What do you want her to let go of? Ace of Pentacles and the Justice. If the opportunities that you're accepting or creating in your life is not delivering you some kind of peace and longevity, it doesn't need to be in your life. That's it. Because there's a lot about financial balance here. There's a lot about work and life balance, maybe something like that. And if it's an opportunity that's not bearing fruit or that's not making you feel more aligned or at peace, I really feel like you don't need to invest in it. Okay. Love you, darling. I see something. Okay. Number 16. Okay. Did she have an overreaction? Number 16. Seven of Cups reversed, the World, and the Judgment reversed. Well, I think that you saw the reality of a situation, especially regarding maybe a choice. And I think that what you really wanted was closure or more information or understanding or new beginning, something like that. But you may have misjudged a situation potentially. It could have been a decision or a judgment based on self-doubt, maybe. But I feel like you just kind of wanted answers or to maybe understand something. The Tower and the Magician reverse, I definitely feel like you could have gone about it maybe in a little bit of a different way. I think that you were feeling what you were feeling in the moment for your own personal reasons. I definitely think it probably shocked him or scared him or definitely created kind of like a tower moment, a catalytic moment, a very maybe moment that planted some self-doubt in his mind about things. So how should she have handled it? The Knight of Wands reversed and then the Nine of Wands in the upright. So I think that the Knight of Wands reverse can be like where we're doing too much and causing too much drama or attention. Okay. It can be like this overly self-righteous energy or just kind of like an immaturity. Okay. Not calling you immature, but and with the Nine of Wands there, it may have been asking you to maybe stand your ground with something, but the way that you were standing your ground on something or the way that you were fighting against or for something, because you have to ask yourself which one it was, could have been a bit different. And so I feel like it's fine to have like boundaries, or it's fine to stand up for yourself or whatever it is, but I feel like maybe the way you went about it was not like, I definitely feel like it could have been a little bit different, right? Because I think that he's feeling a little shocked or something. How is he feeling about this now? He's like, okay, well, what happened happened. It's not like I can avoid it. And I feel like he's just trying to be very cautious and kind of take things slow. Can I get some advice for her, please? A new start is coming in Chiron. Okay. Well, Chiron isn't easy, right? It's the wounded healer. It's the pain that's really hard to get rid of. A new start can be here in regards to healing, or it may be saying like maybe you guys need couples therapy, or maybe you do, or maybe there's some kind of wound that you have within yourself that you may be needing to address, or maybe it's around him as well. Okay. So I do feel like a new start needs to, because this is like about hurting and healing. If you can see here on the card, it says hurt and heal. So there may be like a new start that's needing to happen in regards to like mending things, or just in regards to yourself or something like that. Okay. I'm sorry. I hope everything went okay, or I hope at least it's okay now. That sounds tense. Can't lie. Oh man, that sucks. Thanks a lot, number 16. Best of luck to you, obviously. Number 17. Will she reconnect more with the person on her mind in September? In September, it might feel a little held back, a little stingy, like you're not really getting what it is that you want. What about October? The Chariot reverse, it can feel like things are chaotic, or they're not really moving forward, either due to a lack of control, or due to a lack of instability or fear, something like that, a lack of courage, or chaos. So it feels like there's some holding back, some stinginess in the Four of Pentacles, usually due to a fear of loss. And then in October, it just feels chaotic, or it feels like nothing's really moving forward. I'm sorry. I know that sounds really crappy. Thank you. All right, let me see here. Alrighty. Number 18. Okay, let me see. Show me only the good stuff that she has to look forward to in her new chapter for number 18. Okay, give me one more. Wow, lots of all fire. King of Wands reversed with the Three of Wands and the Seven of Wands reversed and the Strength. If you've been kind of feeling like not super confident about yourself, maybe not confident about your relationships, maybe just not confident in regards to your overall appearance, or being able to go against some kind of competition when it comes to work or love or whatever it is, I feel like you're going to learn how to resolve that, or you're going to be able to expand on that. There's going to be something here where you're really going to find your true level of confidence, not just like something that feeds your ego, but you're going to find your truth strength in this new chapter. And you may even start to feel like nothing is really competition anymore, not just because of your level of confidence and your ability to think in like entrepreneurial terms, or just very confidently, but also because you're looking at things differently. Your perspective may be changing. It's almost like the way that you're thinking is expanding in some way it's almost like you're looking at things from a bird's eye view, in my opinion. It can also lead to some kind of level of travel as well. Some kind of travel that has to do with your passions or romance, something along those lines. If you've been dealing with like a piece of shit, If you've been dealing with like a crappy dude or somebody who's like always trying to push you around or is just kind of like a shitbag, I feel like you can end up meeting somebody that is a like a Leo, or just somebody who's very confident, somebody who's very creative, somebody who's a natural leader, and they can end up teaching you a lot of things around that. Okay, so that could be the case for you. So thank you, darling. All right, we have number 19. That was too emotional to be okay. Scorpio reading. Scorpio reading. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay. But the reading from the other day on my mind, will that one resonate with me regarding also the love part, the person? No. Okay. Is there a reading from that either same day or around that time that is for her? Hold on. Is that Scorpio? I can't believe I can't remember that card. Okay, it's Scorpio. So there is a Scorpio reading that will resonate for you, but it's not the one that you thought. It's another Scorpio reading from the other day or something like that. So, so to clarify, the one that was on your mind, no, okay? But there's another Scorpio read from around that time or that week or something like that, or that day or whatever, that is yours. Um, Also, the Five of Cups is Mars in Scorpio. Mars also rules Aries, so maybe check for an Aries read. Okay. All right, guys. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I hope that you have a great one. Obviously, thank you guys so much to my mods, Kinez, Lori, and Complexity. Special shout out to Lori for the timestamps. Make sure you guys stick around for your timestamps or whatever. You can find them after I get off. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.